shit is popping off how it should, and that things are on the up and up.
Yeah, yeah, and so we did a whole tasting and did a whole presentation. We went from in the bakery alone, we went from like 20 products to 50,
Wow.
and so we had to present everything yesterday, and so I was making everything on Sunday, and I had my
Mm.
entire my personal entire crew call out on that day. So I was just stuck making
Fuck's
what
sake.
was it, like 25 different breads. Uh Holy shit. Yeah, it's we so finally yesterday we did a tasting, we did a photo shoot, and everything came out fucking great, and
Hmm.
something smiled upon me. Some
Yeah.
gods, because fuck, holy shit, was it finally
No,
okay.
yeah, yeah. You got a roll above 10 and it went pretty well, so that's good. Um,
Yes.
so did anything not make the cut in the sampling?
Um, it's not that it didn't make a cut. But I did have a couple things missing just because I couldn't get the ingredients in time.
Mm.
So it was just a matter of that, but like that's about it.
Yeah. Well, shit. I mean, yeah, I can't really do much joking with that. That's a lot of real shit that you managed, and it sounds like it's all for the better. So good shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so now that this is all done, do you have like periods of moments where you can like kind of go off the gas a little bit? You got some kind of relaxed points now, where there's still
Oh,
like a couple hurdles you got to do.
no, there's still a whole shitload of hurdles.
And
We
Yeah.
have so
The first like
so
6 months of opening anything is chaos.
yeah. Well,
6 months
especially
to
because
two
like this is like
years.
a whole reopening. Like this is a whole reopening, and like the kitchen is
mm,
doing a whole new thing. And oh my God, Will, you'll have some insight on this, and tell me how fucking chaos this was. Um, the kitchen decided not to prep anything the day before the photo shoot. They
I
decided to
would
wait
have
for their
killed
delivery.
someone.
Oh, okay. So you're on my page about this. Thank God. So they decided to wait until the morning of to prep everything and
No.
do the entire
No.
menu. Um, the delivery truck got a flat tire, and the delivery truck was like hours and hours late. So the
Oh
photo
my
shoot was
god.
supposed to happen at 9. The delivery truck didn't show up until 10:30. Um, and because of the timing, and they had to release the staff because of they couldn't go overtime. They couldn't produce the majority of the menu because there were things that needed prepping much sooner.
Oh, good lord.
So on Wednesday we have to have all the photographers come back and all the crew come back, and the day before opening, and reshoot some stuff. It was the entire kitchen menu. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, every kitchen I've been a part of, which like, oh yeah, it's the reopening. Uh, it's been like, okay, we're gonna make this stuff over the course of like a week, so we can, so to avoid exactly that.
Dude, they didn't even know what the prices were until like what they were gonna price the entire menu at until like 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Oh my god. I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
It's insane.
Let us welcome Jeremy as well here.
No.
And while at it, I'll take the
Ooh.
opportunity to welcome Vlad to the Roll20 page.
this time I legit
Invite you
forgot.
like.
Thank you.
Mhm. Well, now that you are all here, I just mentioned earlier that Curtis will be missing this session, but the five of us should be good to go.
Sounds good.
Hmm. So feel free to join on the YouTube activity for some ads and some music mostly.
I'm here for the ads.
And now that I can see all 5 on the Roll20 page, as always, last week there was actually mostly RP. We were at the Vistani camp and we took that opportunity to grab a drink or two, discuss a little bit of what we did see there.
With the mission.
I mean, we have no issues if it is a short one, as long as it has the proper content.
Harrowing tale. This inspiration will go to Brennan. I don't really care if you're fun. Anywho's. So, yes. What, guys? Last session, we stayed on this same happened. So, initially, a little bit more about what her little entrapment in this domain of dread. Conversations here and there. A lot of dichotomy and intense. I mean, maybe Locke on the one side, but it is, Juniper and Brennan talking over. Hey, some things are seeming very squirrely. How do we go about, finding out what things are going on with the Vistani? And then, Sam's like, hey, some more weird stuff's going on, and Nina's trying to figure out where she's at in all of this. Do we trust these people who, more so than everyone else we've met since being here, seem like they actually know what they're talking about? They haven't tried to kill us in a couple hours that we've been hanging out around them. And they seem to know their way around this place and how not to be entranced by the mists around here. I will say, though, that the crux of this session last time, though, is that Sam, having some experience in such endeavors beforehand, is like, I'm getting these kind of intuitiveness that people just aren't acting on the straight and narrow. Granted, stressful, scary situations, but I've kind of been around the block or two in these here Shadowlands, so hey, only fucking doctor in our party. Sorry, Juniper. Do you happen to have anything that could possibly, let's just theoretically say that someone has some weird mind stuff going on? Is there anything you could do with that? I'll let you lay it on me. Couple tries go off. Oh no, doesn't seem like there's anything. So let's pull out the proverbial big guns, keeping in mind guns don't exist in this world. And so Bella was actually able to find out that something was entrancing itself around Samuel's mind, his psyche, his personality, the way he views the world and interacts with the things inside of it. Of note, Sam doesn't have anything really going on in this here area. This, apparently, he was able to suss out by being himself, that he picked this up in some other lands, but the rule still applies. And so we go over, everyone convenes around these Vistani who, as the minutes go on, look at us with more and more scrutiny and concern as we're just flipping our shit, for lack of poetic words. But so Belle then goes and tries the same application on Nina, and then a certain mind miasma, we'll call it, is lifted from her eyes, and she realizes that she has been slow rolling, heading toward this fucking mountain, and trying to take every recourse to stall the party's progress thereunto pertaining. With this revelation, and just how Locke is, how you could even think of saying more pissy than normal, if that's even a scale to be on, he was also put under the same treatment, and same. Something was influencing him to care more about helping and redeeming the queen than Nina's safety. And so here we have a little bit of an issue. Where did this come from? Now that almost all of us, we don't know if we're all fully within our right mental mindsets. How did this happen? Is this something the queen was doing Because, Locke and Nina's are somewhat coincidental in terms of being aligned. Or is this just the realm and its randomness? Who are we? We're 50-50. Who is at fault? Who is to be trusted? You can't really tell in this place, and hint, hint, out of game. That's the fucking point. But so we engage in what I would call debate level styles of trying to figure out what to do. You have Nina on one side going, something's going on. Maybe we need to go back to the castle and kind of refocus, ask the queen directly what's going on. Is there any input she has? Juniper on the other side going, hey, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating people's pets back in Avelia. Ah, fun reference. We can't go back there. She's lying to us. We have to move forward and figure out what's happening for ourselves. Um, to the point where coupons were brought up. Only if Kamala had coupons, right? And it's like, no, we are not going back to the castle. We're going to the mountain. We're going to see this fucking thing through. With an alteration of perception, we're not going to kill everyone we see right off the bat, which is, kind of how we roll things sometimes. But we're going to go with a different perception of, hey, let's go to the mountain, see what they have to say about things. Because we remembered that when Speak was cast on the head of whoever I fucking killed in that fight, she said that it was the queen who instigated this war, and that the giants were just living as giants do, and then the queen wanted to kill everyone. So what actually is going on here? Hey, intrigue, domain of dread, right? So with this having been done, and one coupon out of 19, that's a dangerous amount for Juniper to have 19 more of these fucking things. We have kind of come to a consensus where we could ask the queen, but she's gonna either lie or say the truth, and both things are just gonna be, no, I can help you. So, that's kind of a moot point in talking to her. So, as we're not taking a long rest. I think there's a bit of confusion about that, but we're just going to kind of regroup ourselves and then move ahead with a bit clearer minds and seeing what this fucking mountain has to offer.
Yeah, we literally just stopped or finished the long rest, if I remember correctly. Since I was
You
here
had a
the
long
session
rest
before.
prior to the Vistani camp, so yeah, you do not
Uh,
need a long rest right now.
Speaking of which, may I retroactively do something since I wasn't here for that session?
Sure, Belgos. What is it?
I would like to attempt another divine intervention. Um, to ask.
You mean during the previous one, the rest? Because last session you were here, right?
Yes. Since I can do it once per day, I've been saving it for like just before the long rest in case I need to try it for something.
Look, I know I said yes, but divine intervention is something very cool if it happens. Do you really want something that cool to happen retroactively? I don't know. I think that it would be a little bit of a waste of an opportunity for such a nice moment.
I mean,
Because I'm sure if it happened, there would be discussion about it, both on the group and also on Belgo's side. I think that it would be something important for them.
that's fair enough, I suppose.
All right then.
But yeah, basically, let's see. I guess Belgos would instead try it like as we're leaving the camp, and the request for Lord Jergal would be, would you, Lord Jergal, please protect those who I am with, protect the group from the negative effects of the mists.
Right. I guess you can roll the D100.
And if I roll 1 through 15, 1 through 16,
Yes.
it goes off. Oh, D100, please! I've never had this go. Damn it!
It will happen in the gladdest of times, I believe.
It's gonna happen the day before we leave.
As you say that, you are going to feel a breeze moving some of the branches up ahead. You believe that Jergal is watching, but you don't feel necessarily his impact run through you or your allies. As you stare at the exit of the Vistani camp, and you are waiting for the group to, well, regroup and be ready. Nina has prepared herself, taking her backpack. She has waved at the nice hosts of the Vistani camp that offered you some nice and free dinner there or lunch. To be fair, what time of day is it? It is not very apparent here. So, yep, you are ready. Is there anything someone else wants to do prior to leaving the camp?
Belgos will ask, as recompense of, hey, they fed us, will ask if they have any empty barrels or things like that. Any any containers that can be filled.
Empty barrels? That is our specialty. We work here at emptying barrels. I guess we use most of them for trading, but we can lend you one, people. Is it important?
It's not for us. I was hoping to do something for you.
Oh, you are so kind. Giovanni will come closer to you and he will tap you on the shoulder. Give me just one moment as he will run a little bit further away and into some of the carts. And soon enough, you're gonna see him rolling a barrel and then stabilizing right in front of you. Are you bringing a delicacy from where you belong?
One can say that. And Belgos will cast. Oh, there it is. It's great food and water. For 30 gallons of water will appear within the barrel, and enough food for. Belgos isn't hiding it, but they're not, yelling it out to the crowd or anything like that.
Oi, that's quite rich of you. Oh, thank you. I mean, everyone, the conversation might be private, but all of you will see the food being created in the water. Giovanni will then start yelling out, "Thank you. This is so kind of you. I mean, I guess having this around, I guess we can continue our festivities for at least one more day. And then she will just come around and hug you. A little bit invading your private space, but
Belgos does go like slightly stiff, but doesn't really move. Not sure what to do. They haven't had one of these in a couple hundred years.
yeah, as she does that, she will yell, Arsenoi! Miguel, come help me! There is a lot here to share.
The water will last as long as it exists, but as the food is magical, it only lasts 24 hours. So,
Don't worry. I promise you it will last less than that.
fair enough. Have a lovely. Belgos will look up into the foggy sky. Day.
I will go over to Grandfather Spyrus, as he is not helping with the collecting of resource. Hey, excuse me.
Hello there.
Hi, sorry, I was being nosy and I heard something, back over there. your your friend Geo, he mentioned something about trade. You trade with people?
It's our whole lives that we do that. You know, uh, we Vistani can produce a good amount of goods, but not everything. So we go from town to town, city to city, and, you know, we trade some of our goods that we have in overabundance for some other stuff that we maybe do not get as easily. We are traders in that regard.
Well, like you trade with Avelia, or is there more cities in Avelia?
There are more cities like Velia, not in Avelia. Oh, listen, young man. The barriers within the mist are rather thick. So, for most people, it would be very difficult to go to another town like Avelia. But with the Vistani, we are good at guiding ourselves and navigating through the mists. We can just pass around from Avelia to another sound like Barovia, and we can go then back to another area like the Spirit Mountains, and from there to another domain. It's not that hard for us. We can sense it in the mists. It's like our mind is a map consisting of these areas.
Sam tilts his head, kind of bewildered. So, all these places are rather the same place then, connected by this mist.
Through the mists, you can go to any place, if you know how to. They are connected indeed. But, of course, it's not as easy for you folks. I know that you have some, you know, the talismans. Well, I guess they are helping you to an extent to stay on track and not get lost. But they are not the same with us. We are the real thing here, you know? We can pass from a domain to another. Just like a bird flies from a continent to the other when it's summer or when it gets cold once more.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Have you ever experienced like an instance where you attempted to go to a domain you've been before, but it wasn't there anymore?
Something like deja vu?
No,
Thinking
rather
that you've
just
been there, but... Oh, you
rather-
mean it for real? Like
You-
literally not being there anymore?
yeah. Look, it's just gone.
Why you ask? Has that happened to you?
I'm just curious about the domains themselves. I mean, I've been to one, but the one I've been to, there was quite a dreadful instance of a creature in there that we had to rid of. And I was wondering if, past that moment, if it lingered.
Ha! I think I know where you're getting at. I've heard from other people from you, outlanders, not people natives to here, that once they enter the domain, then they ran away, they came here to our camp, perhaps we met them, and they thought that they had managed to leave it, only to find out that they're still trapped in it. But I don't know about returning back and it not being there. That's an interesting question because I guess the domains are made to punish outsiders in their own sense. So perhaps it is a phobia of yours? Or I guess
Perhaps.
there is this small chance. But no, it couldn't be. No.
Well, I guess I just have another question. Have you ever been to a place that's had mind flayers? A brain that they seem to follow. Odd
We are
brain.
going to see his expression getting a little bit more serious. You've been there?
Yeah. I mean, it's the first one I went to.
That's a domain we kind of avoid here. I mean, the oldest people in this camp, we've been there a couple of times, but several years ago we have stopped going to that area for so long. It was dreaded and dangerous. You know, the people usually in any domain, they tend to be sad, miserable, repetitive, tired and worn out. Those are all things that nobody likes, but they're not dangerous for us. In that domain, of course, there was the Elder Brain and the Mind Flayers that were such a terrible experience, but even the people, they grew paranoid of all of this. They have started blaming each other, and it was, of course, worthless to do any kind of trade with them, since there is no trust between any party. But also, I recall allies of ours that they were stabbed in an attempt of getting theft. It was a terrible experience, and the landscape and all was quite threatening. When did you go there, little man?
Oh, jeez. I mean, I guess in character it would have been the same amount of time, right? Maybe
Yeah,
a year?
pretty much.
Was it? Has it been a year?
I think it is around a year, or somewhere around there. Perhaps a bit more, I'd say.
Around about a year. You know, time flies when you're getting haunted by evil shit.
You have Vistani blood in you because you were there and now you are here. Or did you have missed talismans back there again to exit that area?
I don't believe so. I mean, there was an area we went back to pass back over, how you say. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't truly know everything about myself. I get I guess all to say, maybe that place isn't as horrible as before. I don't know how that works. We sort of took care of that brain thing. I don't know if that would affect the people though.
I see. Oh, I guess since you were there a lot more recent than us, I guess you know a little bit more about this. At least you have more recent facts about that area.
I also
as I
know.
said, please do tell.
Sorry, I'm asking so many questions, and I keep saying this is the last one, but this truly might be, and I'll stop wasting your time. But I figure it's pretty hard to do so. But you wouldn't happen to know, like, is there a particular direction you can like go through the mist to get to a different domain?
You know, the answer is yes and no. I know it couldn't have been less helpful, but yeah, when I am in the mist, I see it clearly that if I take this crossroad and this path to the west, I can see Bluetspur, like you were. And if I go back, I can see Barovia, but it's not the same for anyone. If I tell you to go one direction, if I am with you, yeah, we're gonna reach together, but if I'm not with you, things just get crazy out there for you Outlanders. They She will just not reach your direction.
Is that a talent you can learn?
That's interesting. I always thought it was an ability we Vistani had from birth. But to be fair, on our years here, there have been a couple of people that we've adopted, and even though they could not see as clear as us, I guess they did learn to an extent. But it takes many years and intuition. Frankly speaking, I think it has mostly to do with accepting this place as your own. Because if you accept this place as your own, it's no punishment to remain there, remain here, and you cannot really get lost on a place that you belong. So the mists that usually want to punish you in the worst way possible, they find it difficult through that way, you know.
Sam nods.
You, for example, you want to find something, but since you want to find it, you know that the mists don't want to allow that.
Right.
That was a nice conversation. What was your name?
Ah, sorry, Samuel. Yours?
I'm Spyrus.
Lars, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. I've heard you're leaving, so I'll wish you good travels.
You too. You all plan on heading out? Possibly even just going to another one?
Well, I think the festivities are gonna end. Then we're gonna pack some things up, wrap it around, and in 3 to 4 days we should be leaving this.
3 or 4 days.
I think that's the plan.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Please get back to your enjoyment.
And he will raise his cup momentarily there to nod towards you as he continues his conversation with the other folk there.
It's very enlightening. I enjoyed that conversation. I think I might have just found a way out once we're done.
Oh, that's good. Is it with? Did they tell you how?
Well, there's large possibilities of danger. Apparently, these domains, they're all quite connected, like neighborhoods in a city. And these mists being the roads between. I don't believe we destroyed the portal we entered through when I took care of my problem in the domains of dread. I think if we went over there, we could find that spot.
And where does that come out?
Close the portal here. I think.
That is interesting, I will say. But before we go and leave, we have something to do first. I'm
Definitely.
ready, guys. Anyone else needs a minute or something?
No, I think we got what we need to do.
All right. Let's head out then.
Yes.
And
sounds
Brannon,
good.
to get us back on track, I need you to roll me a perception and a survival check.
Wait.
You have advantage on both, since Lupa and the rest are helping you as well.
Nice. Perception and survival, you said?
Yes. Alright. These are some good checks here. As once more, the party is going to head out into the mists. Following, of course, the mountain peak that you are seeing and trying to find the best path possible to head there. Once more, though, as you are treading through those paths, we're going to see a small silhouette in the distance. Remind you of something. Soon enough, you're gonna see a man once more. You've met that guy. Almost 2 days ago. I guess it's been a little bit more than a day. As a quarrel, we'll see you and say, "Hi, you again. Did you do something to me?"
No, but it looks like something got happened to you. You're
I'm
alright.
hooked to this place. I'm trying to teleport away, but it seems to be not working.
It is a domain of dread, yes.
I know domains of dread. I've read a lot about them, but it makes no sense for me to end up in this place in the first place. So, tell me, who are you and what do you want from me?
Literally nothing. I mean, unless you want to come with us instead of continuing to teleport.
Oh, it's you again.
Don't mess with me. I have a strong suit of spells and I'm not afraid to use them. You may be outnumbering me, but even if you're gonna take me to the grave, it will not be without a battle.
Why
Okay,
would
man.
why would we be after you exactly? We don't know you. We want nothing to do with you. Unless you seek
Yeah,
free
right.
passage.
I am a strong magister, and I've learned that every strong magister has made enemies that they do not even know from time to time.
Okay.
And we don't know you. So if you don't know us and we
Exactly.
don't know you, are we really a threat to each other?
Alright, then prove it that you're not afraid. How do I get out?
Well, we're definitely a threat, but like not to.
You.
I mean,
We don't
You
know
can-
how to get out.
His expression will change a little bit. Going to a little bit more calm and less frightening, paranoid. Saying, "Come on, guys, I have some gold. I can. Please help me get out. I'm getting a bit tired. I mean, I've tried some spells. I have one more spell in my sleeve, but it's been afraid to use it, because if that doesn't work, then it means that I have nothing that could potentially work."
Uh,
I mean, you walk into a shop. You walk into like a pastry shop and ask for like a piece of bologna. They're not gonna be able to sell it to you because they don't have it. I'm sorry to say this, but your gold doesn't matter here because we don't have any like idea.
Yeah.
At least not at the current moment.
Look, we got no quarrel with you. And Locke's gonna kind of elbow Nina. Say, I got it in this time. But we got shit to do here. And at the end of it, maybe that'll give us a way out. Right now, we don't fucking care who you are or what you got going on. So you can do your one spell thing, or you can maybe go the way we're going and figure some shit out in an exit.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, we don't give a fuck what you got on you.
mean, certainly, like, you're a great magister, so, like, if you got some arcane knowledge, maybe we can stick our heads together and figure this out. But,
You know what? I'm a great magister. I should believe more in myself. Yeah, it's a last resort, but Planeshift should do it. I think that
okay,
it's gonna work. Yeah. I mean, I bumped into you twice already, so who knows if it doesn't? Perhaps I could follow you people around. If
Before
that's meant to be.
before you do that, I would like to ask: did you end up at a graveyard when you banished yourself last time?
Graveyard. I did pass through a graveyard. Yes. How would you know?
Oh, I tried banishing myself as well and ended up there as well.
Was
What was there?
quite a scary place. I heard some wailing. You know, it resembled the wail of the banshees, but it was not as ear-piercing, but more like consistent, influenced with anguish. I don't know. I wasn't able to move at that time. My mind, it was like it was recreating the worst memories that I ever had. I think I saw a visage in the distance. Something. But it was not a Banshee. To be fair, it was far bigger than it. I think it was as tall as an ogre, but a bit more thin. And it had a veil of mist around it. Actually, I've seen some more of those in the mountains, but they were further enough, and I did manage to conceal myself and not engage most of the time.
that's interesting.
Well, so be it. If that's the way it's gonna be, I hope we do not meet again, but if we do, I might just take up your offer. As he will start doing some signals with his hand.
But
casting some somatic
before you
components.
before you go,
Mhm.
you look hurt. Are you hurt?
I am a bit worn out, but I have some stamina left in me. Well, if you are staying in this area, better worry for you more than myself.
Well,
Right,
I
but
mean,
I would feel bad if we let you go on your own and something worse happened. Here,
Yeah.
take this from me. And he'll give him just a basic health potion. Just in case.
As you give it to him, he will cast the Identify spell. Hey, apologies, but in these lands, it seems like there's no thing such as being overly cautious. But it seems that your mind is on a good place. Your heart, at least. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
And then you're gonna see arcane energy appearing around, as Quarrelf will indeed cast the Planeshift spell. As you are going to see a small rift open all the way around him as you will pop out of existence.
Who wants to bet that didn't work?
I mean,
Take that bet.
pretty safe,
It
safe
probably
guess.
didn't.
You said you'll take that bet, Bray.
Aye. Why not?
All right, all right.
Alright. And as you continue your path, you're going to find yourselves alongside some pretty chunky rocks on your left and right, some trees. The vegetation is quite thick right there. And since this guy told you the story about this whaling, you always think like you hear something like it around, but you haven't seen anything just yet. But as you get to this area, Brennan, you're going to see that Lupa has captured the smell of something in the distance. And from what you can tell, it's probably an ogre or a giant. Something of the giant kin in general, I'd say. Lupa has faced something similar in the past, so you understand what kind of it is.
But as Lupa goes to smell, right? He'll wait for her signal. She'll signal like what kind of thing she can smell. She found the scent. Something big, it seems. Just keep on our toes. Lupa, keep leading.
Some more steps in, and the highly perceptive characters of your group, Samuel, Belgos, and Juniper, you also think you're gonna hear some loud footsteps. That should not be just an ogre or a giant, but more like a true giant, like a hill giant, perhaps. They are far in the distance, so they're not that loud, but they're quite heavy and bulky. So you understand that whatever creature it is, it must have quite a lot of weight to sound like that.
Alright, so this is playing out. We're gonna try to talk before killing, right? Well, who the fuck knows here,
Yeah.
but
I think best foot forward is the best way to go. Oh. Is Shatner? He's an ogre.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Or did I misunderstand that one?
Yes, it is an ogre zombie.
Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass.
Never.
And as you take this corner, in the distance, the form of this hill giant is going to be revealed.
In giant, I'll call out and say, "Hail!"
Did someone talk? That is in giant, of course.
Yes, the smallest being ever walks up. That was me.
Sam. Talkative for food.
No food here. I mean, one of my new friends can make food, but unfortunately, I am not on the menu.
Food shouldn't talk. This is strange. I don't want to eat you. You will hurt my belly.
Yeah, most certainly. If you tried to hit me, I would. I'd much rather be a friend.
More food. As he takes some steps, seeing Loop and Brennan come closer.
Oh no. I think you and your people will find a much more beneficial outcome if you want to be friends rather than treat us as food.
As you can see, the giant is already playing a little bit with his club there. But you're being quite reasonable, so we'll allow for a persuasion check.
I will attempt. There it is. 28.
I cannot read that for sure. So the Hilton is going to point the club at you and say, "Okay, I'll hear you, and I wanted you now.
Thank you, thank you.
Now,
He looks.
I might change my mind later, but I wouldn't tell you that."
Oh, of course not. You know, you don't want to like give us the heads up. Sam will turn to his friends and say, "Alright, he's decided not to eat us just yet, so we're on a roll."
Oh, that's what all that grunting was. Okay, there's that. So, what is gonna happen? Are we gonna go talk to more important people, or what's the game?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get us there. So
He's
Sam
going to
will
sit
turn.
right in front of you, so he's going to cross his legs and sit right there.
Sam will turn, and when he speaks giant, he sort of like tries to get a bit taller, puffs his chest out. It's like, and he will continue speaking to the giant.
Sylvester Stallone, is that you?
Basically. I saw. You have like a sense of leadership here, right? I assume you're standing guard.
No, I I left the mountain. I think that I'm regretting it. I'm alone here and there is not much food. But the giants in the mountain are quite annoying.
Why so?
I don't know, I made fun of me.
Oh, what could they possibly make fun of you for? You're someone of great stature. I mean, look at yourself. You got some bulky muscles. You got a great smile.
Look, we had an eating competition with another guy like me. But it was not fair, I'm telling you. This guy is insatiable. We kept eating and eating, and I was doing pretty well. But then something started happening, and he got like into a madness. I was watching him. He was starting to slow down, but then something in his eyes changed, and he started growing bigger and bigger, and then I could not compete. And then just everyone started making fun of me for being unable to eat. You know, in the mountain, the food is overabundant. There are animals and pests everywhere. In here, I do not find many things. Perhaps I should have, I should have tolerated their insults. At least I would have a happier life. It's been 3 days that far from the mountain now, and I do not like it that much here.
Well, say we're going back. We're going to the mountain to chat some of your people up. If you want, you can come with us, and we can reintroduce you. Perhaps you
No.
can.
No, absolute no. I
What?
don't go back. I regret leaving, but now that I left, there is no way back. If I go back, the cradle will punish me. And if I end up being punished, I won't be myself anymore. I'm going to Evelia. I'm going to find a couple of people to eat there, and then I'm gonna go back here again. That's the plan.
Oh, I don't. To be completely honest, friend, I don't think that that'd be a great idea. I mean, I saw those people in Velia, and they were cutting people down like sods in a crop field.
Really?
Yeah.
My brother did eat 5 people from Evelia last month. And
Really?
he's fine.
Well, damn. Yeah, but I assume you went with like a battalion of your people, right? Not just a single fella.
Oh, I can be sneaky. Don't worry, look at me. So gonna go and hide behind the tree.
Yes, you are quite
It's trained
lithe.
pretty well, to be fair, for a hill giant, but obviously it's terrible.
Yeah. You are quite lithe. I can see that. I'll turn to the group and say, "This guy, he apparently he's not part. He left the Giants and he's not too keen on going back."
Mm.
Uh, I can see if like is there any way you guys can help a fella perform in a competition?
What do you mean? You want to be part of the competition
No.
yourself?
I'm asking my group if they have a possibility of helping out in the
sorry.
competition.
Sorry for
Sorry. I need to be super clear because I it's my bad.
But-
I mean, Miss Avila, Miss Cara, is there any way you could help a guy with eating a lot? Is that like a thing that there are spells for?
I don't know. To help him eat a lot, I don't know.
I have enhanced ability, but I don't know how much that would help.
I mean, it could be, that could work maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking that if we have someone here that like is a part of them, like that's a key to get in. If like we can convince him that he might want to have a rematch. I'll keep talking with him.
As you say that in between the chairs and start having this discussion, you are going to hear something. As you can then see the hill giant, he's starting to tremble. Oh no, no, not this again! And I will ask for two things. First thing will be a wisdom saving throw from all of you. I know it's the favorite for some.
Nat 1,
And
baby.
second thing, second thing, and more important, I'm gonna ask for some initiatives.
I'll use inspiration. 14.
14 is the DC.
Wow.
So actually, most of you are gonna be fine, if not all. Oh, let me roll for Nina before saying roll. Hey, she's fine as well. Okay, let's roll instead for those two,
No.
and one for Sadner Kyle. Okay, let's see, I can see Locke, Belgus, Juniper, Nina, Samuel. I cannot see Brennan and Lupa. Brennan, are you here?
Oh, sorry.
Roll me, give me a wisdom saving throw for you and Lupa, and then afterwards your initiatives.
Heard. Oh, shit. It's the 4, not the 10.
Okay, Lupa is fine, but actually you, Brennan, you are going to start feeling some strange effects. As you hear this agonizing mourning, right there, you are going to feel your body starts shake, and well, first of all, you do take some damage. This is 15 points of psychic damage, and you feel you are unable to move or do anything for that part. Alright, so what that's happened? On the edge of that cliff that you were, you're going to see an apparition. It has a blue color on its main body, but you can see a lot of mist running around. It's large in size, but it resembles quite of a little bit of a shrinked giant. Cloud giant for that matter. As you can see that this wailing is emitted from this creature, and you are all surprised from this strange kind of attack, as this creature has used his ability. And I'm going on. Samuel, you lose the surprise condition. Or is anyone that has the alert feat? I'll take this as a no. So everyone will have the surprise there, as another Mist Hulk will descend as it will say, "You do not belong here. I'm gonna make sure this goes away." As this one will rush next to Samuel. They are quite fast in that regard, and will make 2 slam attacks against you. You have reactions, Samuel. You have regained them. 14 doesn't hit you. 24 hits you.
I'll
9
uncanny
points
dodge
of
it.
cold. As you feel its fist coming closer to your body, you're going to feel bludgeoning damage pushing you out. It's like the fist is passing through your own body, and some kind of crystal forms a deep freeze inside your own self that slows you a little bit down. You're going to be able to dodge the most of the bulk of this attack, but not all of it. Lupa Belgos lose the surprise condition, as we have one more Mist Hulk appearing from the back lines, just to reveal itself out here, but it has no more speed to reach completely.
By the way, how much damage did Belgos take?
Hmm?
Did Belgos take damage?
No one took damage.
No, I mean from the
No.
the scream thing.
I didn't get it. Belgos, can you ask me again?
The scream thing, that started the combat. Brandon
You
took
held
damage
it?
from it. Yes. Yeah, I got an at
Oh,
one.
you had 11. Okay, so you got the 4d6 psychic as well, like Brennan, which should be 15 points of damage. And, well, I was gonna say that at the end of the initiatives, but since you're asking, Brennan and Belgos, you are both incapacitated for the time being. But at the end of your first turn, you can give me a reroll of the wisdom save to try to fend that off. Even though you're surprised, the reroll happens.
Okay.
So, Brennan and Belgos, give me one more wisdom saving
Fuck.
throw. So close. As the hill giant will yell, "Oh no, 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 not this again! Not this!" As she's going to stand up there and wait. And now we're on top of the initiatives. Brennan, you're no longer incapacitated. And we have this one playing that will get right between you and Lupa. And we'll go for some slam attacks. One on Lupa, one on you. The slam on you is going to work for 21 points of cold damage, as I'm going to roll for a recharge for the wailing ability, but this creature will no longer have it. And Samuel, you're up next.
In common, I'll yell up, "Let's protect our big friend." And I'll just get right here and say "Yup, dow," and I'll summon the Ashen Blade and take a slice at this mist fella that's hurting up Brennan. Take this. Swipe. 28.
That is a damage roll, I think.
Is it? Why did I roll damage?
You clicked on the wells from the grave instead of the attack?
No.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I
Same.
definitely. Why did? Oh, I'm stupid. That's why. Got it. 31.
Hey, now you're cheating, okay? This doesn't count. I'm joking. Come on, give us your critical.
For
And actual necrotic fully pierces its defenses. It doesn't have any
20,
kind of resistance in that regard.
45.
So
57.
we can have 42 and 15.
It's
That's 57.
57.
You're so good at math. All right, then we have a blooded creature right there.
Drawing its life force from it, whatever is left in its body, I will pull it from it like there's a heavy blanket upon my blade as I yank it and throw it at this creature with Whales of the Grave. This time I'll do it properly.
Mhm.
So it's just 16.
16. All right. Well, as you strike heavily on this creature, you're going to hear an ethereal voice coming from it, as it will say, "Tonakasradiktular." Does anyone know Primordial in this party? No, it's not a very
No.
common language.
Yes, Brayden does.
You do? Okay. Since it is quietly whispering, you're not going to understand exactly what it says, since you did not expect this language to come out at this moment, but you understand that, okay, this is Oran, the language of the air elementals, and of course Primordial has great ties with it. And Locke, you're the next. Well, but Samuel, if you want to do any movement, it was your turn, so feel free to.
Yes. Go ahead, Locke. I'm just gonna be moving.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. I thought of doing something that I need to read new things. I think this takes a thing. All right. Yeah. So, yes. Kind of surveying everything that's going on. We got 3 coming from the front. Closest one's harried by the elf and the dog, and then Nina is right up against a big fucking brawler there. So Locke is going to try to work the room properly, because this ogre might be our ticket right into where we need to go. So we are going to maneuver right for the furthest one. And if I can click that, there we go. Up to him. Locke is going to. He didn't. Ruminating over everything that's going on, and a big part of that was also just kind of feeling all the new sensations and just how different the kind of internal feelings and fires and kind of duality is really working out. So after having kind of like explored and played with it a bit, Locke is going to run up to this individual, and as he's going, he is going to reflect. Can't click that while I'm holding that button down. Gonna reflect on that one day outside of the arena, where he kind of was just unhinged, taking rage out on people. And so he really focuses on that emotion as he's running. He takes one of his, fire gauntlets and quickly just kind of presses it into his other forearm to kind of really reinvigorate that emotion of that day. And so as he's running, he is going to trigger a certain something. And as we get up to this one, Dr. Manhattan looking fucker, we're going to see if we can punch some ghosts.
Ooh.
And what kind of penance do you use? Fire, cold, or necrotic?
We're using fire.
Fire.
Just
Okay.
'cause,
Flames.
hey, things have worked occasionally, so let's just double down. So let's see what the first one's gonna give us.
All right. Well, you're going to notice that fire seems to work just fine against this ghost-like creature. Even though at a distance it seems ethereal and to blend with the mists, up close it's as material as any creature, and 18 fire damage it is. Your hit is gonna get it.
All right, fantastic. So we are going to just do the other one for my main attack. Jesus fuck.
16 also hits. It doesn't have an insane AC.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
another 24 damage.
Yeah, with that, just seeing that they're landing, we are going to again play it safe a little bit. Who knows what the fuck these things are gonna do or else is out there. So we're gonna retain a rage point. We're instead just gonna do the one bonus action attack. And we're going to kick it for a third time.
Right, and with that, the creature is gonna end up bloodied.
All right, just going to. We're going to pivot for the remaining 10 feet I have. Well, that's not keeping me in. There we go. We're going to pivot the remaining 10 feet just to give a little bit of an opener if Sam wants to attack that one. But yeah, I think we're going to hold on for some things. We'll just call it there.
All right. Well, Locke has managed to engage and take the focus of at least one creature in that distance to them, since the creature doesn't seem to be going anywhere while it has this fighter in front of them. And we have this one playing in the center, which is going to move towards Samuel, but it's not going to attack. Taking this or spotting the center of all of you, it's going to use its hideous wailing. Let's see who is. Locke is in 30 feet. Juniper is the one unaffected, and only I think a couple of 2 zombies are affected by it. So the rest of you, wisdom saves. I'm going to roll for the 2 zombies. Zombies fail.
I'm gonna use that inspiration.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you, Locke.
There you go.
It's only one of the 2 zombies, the one that was already blooded, will survive with 1 point of health because of its undead fortitude thing. The other, unfortunately, is going to perish through this. And let's roll for Nina and our friend. Nina fails, Ogre fails. So that's 16 points of damage for whoever fails, and the incapacitated condition. But Brennan, I can see that you will succeed after using some sheer force. Same goes for Locke there and Belgos. You are going to be faring just fine. Did you roll with Lupa?
Oh.
She gets advantage because he's next to you.
Yep.
But unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough, as this ability of them seems to be quite powerful indeed and intense. Subtract that kind of health. I'm going to put the status marker for the incapacitated. Samuel, I can see that you got affected as well, right?
Correct.
Alright. 16 points of damage for those who fail it. Just to have a repeat. As the creature will now speak once more in Oran, and this time, Brennan, you're going to hear it clearly. Saying that you seem too happy for this place. You do not belong. And Lupa gets a turn, however incapacitated as she is. She's unable to move, I think, or take actions. I think that's the incapacitated condition. Let me double check. Oh, she can actually move, but she cannot take actions, bonus actions, or reaction, and she cannot speak. I mean, she might want to stay in place to be next to Brennan, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I think she's gonna stay in place. And,
Okay then.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, she gets a repeat of the wisdom save to get rid of the incapacitated effect. So, give us a reroll. Alright, with advantage she's gonna make it. And Belgos, you have managed to clear yourself of this effect as well.
I did not.
You mean from the oh, you had the previous one, right?
Yeah.
I guess you are gonna get your reroll now. So let's hope you have a plus 10, I believe in you.
Oh my
14,
God.
barely.
Hey,
But it's enough.
I walked the
It's
line.
enough. You can do your movement though, if you wish. Because movement is plausible while incapacitated.
Belgus will come over to here to confront the one behind us.
Alright, and as the end of the turn, as your mental state quite clears itself, you're going to get your reactions back. As we have this Mist Hulk that will approach you, and from there, it will try to give you 2 slams. 1, 2. Both hit for one.
Is it possible for me to do this? Oh, a second.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so just 2 normal hits.
Okay. As the second strike seems to be very close to going to be a punch at your head, you're going to immediately use your clerical knowledge and protect yourself. And in the end, you're going to suffer 31 points of cold damage as that creature ends its turn. And we have the one next to Locke that is going to go for 2 attacks as well. First one will be an attempt to grapple them. Give me your athletics,
Ooh.
Locke.
All right.
And you are going to grapple.
Yeah.
I'm using some new markers, and I'm a bit slow with identifying them, but I like them, and we're gonna get used to them.
Yeah.
So this is the first attack. The second attack will be just a normal slam. It will hit for some cold, and then the creature is going to start flying in a diagonal sense. The most important part of this is that it's going to fly up to, let's see, 40 feet.
Yeah.
And how do I do this? Here, forward. And of course, you are alongside it, and that's how it's gonna end its turn. As Juniper, you are up. Don't forget at your turn to give the commands to the zombies so that later on I can play them.
Well, sounds good. It'll be real quick since she's sitting on the shoulders of Shatner. She's going to, basically slap down on his arm and go. Not say anything necessarily, but she's gonna cast Stone Skin on Shatner, and then have them basically swarm in, on everything, the blue guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be it for my turn.
Guess that's gonna be quite an amount of protection for your little fella here. Well, not
He's
so
my
little.
favorite.
All right, hardened carab as it is for Sadner, that will get resistance to all kinds of damage. And yeah, the rest of the zombies seem to be able to follow along with that path. As Brennan, you are up next.
Oh. Brayden is going to click his boots together. Alright, so Brayden's, yeah, he's gonna fall back a little bit. Not taking an attack of opportunity. And then I think Brayden's gonna head back the way that they can. And retreat around. And with that,
Did you disengage or are you getting an opportunity attack?
no, his boots of speed
Oh, right. You're
don't
right.
allow him to not take an opportunity attack. He's gonna use a bonus action
You,
to.
you
click his
take an
boots
opportunity
together.
attack, but at disadvantage. That's how the
Is that
boots
what it
work.
says?
Yeah.
Yes. God damn it! I misread that every single fucking time. All right.
I mean, that's good enough. It's not that bad. Let's see. Slam. Wow, 15. That doesn't hit you. Thanks
Yep.
to the boot. So you're fine. Continue.
I think he's gonna take 2 shots.
All right. Getting some distance from this and then shooting it doubly. Both of the shots hit. Did you Hunter's Mark or is that kept from before?
That's kept from before. Sorry.
Okay. So it's 14 plus 14, that's 28, and this creature is gonna get really low After the backstabbing it got previously from Samuel and the 2 shots from you. And that's turn?
Yes.
Alright then. Next one we have Nina playing that. Nina is incapacitated, so at the end of your turn I will reroll my wisdom save. And I will continue failing, so I'll keep being incapacitated, which is very helpful that Nina is not here, I guess.
Oh
As
no.
now it's the zombie's turn. That with Stone Skin, it will rush towards here. And with the other zombies, it's going to try. Well, it will dash around, trying to flank it. And the Swarm of the Undead will go right next to Belgos that loves the zombies, as we know. This one will not manage to get an attack in. Okay, so some of them dashed, but 3 of them did not. So I have 3 slams with the normal zombies, and of course the attack of the partner Kyle. Let's go! Great Club Slam! Hits! 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and of course the other smaller zombies will do 1, 2, 3 attacks. But unfortunately those do not have that much accuracy, but will take a lot of the tension drawn to them. So Miss Hulk that seems to be having an attacker at each direction. As first blood will be drawn there, 9 points of damage. And we have the Hill Giant playing, but he's incapacitated, and he will just drop prone on his feet and say, "Oh no, not again, not these monsters!" So I'll just reroll a wisdom save.
Something
And of
tells
course
me
he
he
will
may have had a
continue there.
bad experience in the past.
And then we have this creature next to Lupa. As damaged as it is, it doesn't run away. Like it just continues fighting to the death. So 2 slam attacks are gonna be against our favorite dog there. So let's go. 1, 2. First one hits for a total of 19 points of cold damage. We're just going to just move a little bit around, but not far away from Lupa's reach. Lupa takes 19. And Samuel, you are up next. As I can see, you are incapacitated, having some troubles there. I need you to reroll me your wisdom save, and of course do any movement you wish. Unfortunately for you,
just
you're not going
staying
to be able
guard.
to-
I back up into the giant standing guard, but that's it. I can't do anything
Gonna
else.
have the opportunity. Just if you go there, it has a reach of 10 feet, so you do not get a hit of opportunity yet.
Okay.
Sounds a good place. Alright. Locke, you are up next. You are 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, that I am. Let's see. Is it a whole ass action to break a grapple? Is that the rule?
There are 2 options to try to break a grapple. One
Hmm.
is using an action so that you can attempt an acrobatics or athletics.
Hmm.
The other option is to do your attacks, but substitute attacks for shoves to push it away and thus break the grapple. But in that
Hmm.
option, there is no acrobatics option. For strength users like you, that seems to be the best option most of the time,
Okay.
because you
I
have
like
more than
that.
1 attempt.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I wanna be an asshole and just have fun with it. So I think. Yeah, I think the first. I'm not gonna narrate it because it's not proper in game, but yeah, I want to try my first action for a shove attack.
Okay. Give me your athletics.
Yeah, and you know what? Just because I'm gonna be the asshole, I want it to work. I'm gonna make this a very reckless shove. Just throw the whole fucking shoulders into it. And you said it's a strength check?
Athletics.
Athletics, okay.
Specific. I rolled pretty well.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it's going to keep you quite tight up there.
Yeah. 7. God, what do I need to make? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna use my inspiration for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
Odds were not in your favor in this time, but you still have more attempts. I mean, this is the first part of the attack.
Yeah. I think it's where bonus action can be one extra attack, not a flurry of blows. I think that's how it works for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That. I guess you could have the solve effect from those too.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and just to be clear, this is an attack, so if I recklessly attack, it's advantage, or is it just straight because it's a skill check?
It is straight. I just took the first result.
Okay. It's a high roll. Okay. Yeah, I want to try shoving again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, that is far better, and thus you're going to get the Misthawk away, and the grip will get lost. As you start falling, it's 40 feet to the ground.
All right. As I start falling, I'm going to take my fucking harpoon off my back and throw it up at him.
Okay, but you did use your 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, I was trying to clarify if I.
Oh,
if I
it was a
do
bonus
my-
action attack, the extra.
Well, my bonus can be my third, right? I only made 2 so far.
Okay, I'm good with that. Yep,
Okay.
you can make 1 weapon attack now. "14, unfortunately, does not
Yeah,
hit.
that was supposed. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm trying to min-max this whole thing. I said reckless at the front of it. That was supposed to be at
You did
advantage.
say it.
So let me hit it
Indeed,
again.
that's true. Give me a reroll.
Okay, fine. Fuck it.
I guess it is a 14.
A 14. Okay, no. I'm sorry, everyone. You can hate me. I already know you fucking do. I'm going to use my focused aim. There we go. I'm going to burn 3 key points just out of spite. So I increase my attack by 6. So it's a 20.
That is definitely going to make it hit. So yeah, it's not gonna deal a lot of damage, but you have that creature right now attached to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that was a long walk for just some dumb shit, but I just wanted to hang off of it by a rope.
You have
so
1 last attack remaining, which means you can try to pull it. If you
I don't have a third one though, because I tried 2
Oh,
for
you
the
didn't
shoves,
use it,
and
you
this was
put-
my
yeah.
bonus as
Okay.
a third. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first, you are going to fall
Yeah.
onto the ground. Are you going to use your reaction to slow fall, or are you just gonna drop and take damage?
Oh, I don't hang on to it by proxy. It's like a 20-foot
I'm
rope
just
or
I'm
something.
thinking if it would drop 10 feet lower, or but I guess it's a large creature, so you would actually hang to it. So you
Okay.
are 30 feet away from it because it's the limit, right? 30 feet. So you are 10 feet in the air.
Okay. Oh, initial one is 20? Oh no, 30 feet.
Initial range
Okay.
is 20, but it says the target can move away from you further than 30 feet.
Right,
so I
right,
guess
right.
that's
Got it. Okay.
how loose it can go.
All right. So yeah, I'm just 10 feet off the ground. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. Thanks for dealing with me on that one. That was it.
All right, I'll have a lock hanging 30 feet below the Misthawk right there. Now we have this playing here that is going to go to an incapacitated Samuel and try to give it to Slams. 1, 2. And those are gonna hit. Because Samuel that cannot have reactions as the cold punches of the Misthawk are going to just be something chilling over your body for 28 total. And Lupa is next.
Just 2 bites. Either of them?
The second one hits. And it's going to be enough, but as you do manage to bite on a point on its body that will be considered lethal, the creature will burst in a wave of water. Lupa and Nina must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, those zombies are fucked.
there is that potential, yes. Alright, Lopa succeeds, so takes only 5 points of damage. Nina will drop down on the floor though, as the Mist Hulk will be dispersed. And if you want to do, you can do some movement with Lopa.
Yeah. I'm gonna have flank the one that is going after Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay, Belgos,
Uh,
you are up next.
Belgos will, at 4th level, cast Spiritual Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
God, why did I do this to myself? Where is Spiritual Weapon? There you are. 12. I am rolling sub 5 for... Oh, good lord. And then Belgos is going to move back about 20 feet, taking the opportunity attack.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So 1 here. Or let's see how much. 22 points of cold. That's gonna hurt.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I put that right there. Minus 22. Oof. I'm almost that bloodied. And then I guess Belgos will action Sacred Flame.
Alright, let me make my dexterity save.
Wants this thing be immune to Radiant?
It's not. But they're quite dexterous though. They will fail in this regard, but yeah. 13 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Yeah. And then we'll come 10 feet 10 feet further this way to check the rest of the group. And that is Belgos' turn. Action, bonus action, movement.
Right. Then we have this Mist Hulk playing right here. That is going to go for a couple hits. One against Satner Kal and one against Juniper. 1, 2. The hit against Juniper will hit for 9 points of cold damage. The first one is against Satner though. For another 9 points of cold. To be fair, Stone Skin is for bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Since it's the first time you do it here, I'm going to say for this combat that it's gonna be against the Mist Hulks because, you know, let it have an effect. It's not something that overpowered. But in general, keep in mind it's only for bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Non-magical.
Nonetheless.
And then,
Yes.
since I have cold resistance, I forget what resistance is. It's not
It's
half.
half damage, yeah.
It is half.
Half. So
Okay.
it is 4 for you, yeah. It sounds good enough. But the Hulk will have some trouble dealing that much damage to Juniper and her zombie summons. But it doesn't feel that cornered. It seems to have something to do. As the Mist Hulk will notice the harpoon onto it, and will be a little bit annoyed as it will start flying downwards into the rest of the battlefield here, and will start dragging you from the harpoon in an attempt to make a strength contest to get you closer once more. So give me a strength check, a strength save. No, check athletics. Lock,
Yes.
if you can give me your athletics check as the Mist Hulk tries to grab you from the harpoon. Okay, well, I guess that means that you are fine from this. As it will. What can I do from that range? I cannot do that much. Yes, you have me at that. I guess I'm gonna do my second attempt trying to do the same exact thing, so one more attempt.
Hmm.
Right, and it will get you. In that sense, just to make clear, you are not grappled, you are attached through the harpoon next to the mist hack. If you want, you can release the harpoon and fall 40 feet freely at your turn.
Hmm.
But right now you are next to it at 40 feet as it's trying to grab you through the harpoon and shove you into the rocks, but it has no action remaining for this turn.
Okay.
Juniper, you're up next.
Hmm. Well, seeing how the elemental, whatever the heck this is, went after her and her favorite, she's gonna be a little irritated by that, but then gets distracted with the sight of Locke being dragged in. And with a little bit of turmoil, like, should I help Locke or should I teach this thing a lesson? She sees that Shatner's a little bit ragged, so what she's gonna do, she's gonna cast Wither and Bloom on the one in front of her, and in hopes that maybe she can heal her undead.
They have hit dice, to be fair, so looking as the Wither and Bloom, and let's see.
I don't think she's ever healed one of her dead before. I think.
Most spells cannot heal undead, but Wither and Bloom
I don't
can. However, you choose. It says for second level it's one creature, and for third level I think one. It's more. Yeah, it's only one of the undead that you can heal. So which one do you choose?
My big guy, Shatner.
Of course, it would be that. Okay, let me roll for the con save first for the enemy. Which shall fail, thus suffering 11 points of damage, and Satnarkal can use up to 2 of its hit dices. This is the only way to heal them too, because they cannot gain rest. So that's quite potent. Alright, so it will regain... unfortunately it's only 3 plus spellcasting modifier, which is 5, I assume. Plus 1d4 from your
Oh
your
yeah.
moon scythe, how was it called? Moon sickle. Plus another 4. That 4 feels very great right now. So yeah, Juniper has gone to such lengths here with that dead that she now even manages to heal your undead summons here. So yep, quite a good move, dealing enough damage to the Misthawk and regaining that help as it's being sapped away from the enemy for Shatner Kyle. And is that the turn?
Yeah, she'll just get like super giddy as like decay surrounds the elemental, and then this pretty little flowers start sprouting around weaving in and out of the corpses or Shatner's rib cage and open gory wounds. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
Quite a value turn. Brennan, you're up.
I just realized these are elementals.
That was just my assumption.
Yep, the Misthawks are elementals.
Finally get to use favorite enemies.
I guess now that you do realize that they're elementals, you are going to think of your training and identify some weak spots on their body and hopefully get some bigger damage done.
And then Brayden's gonna use Hunter's Mark on the one that Luca's gonna go attack.
Okay.
But before he shoots, he's going to move up a little bit. Get into the cover of the trees. And shoot 2 arrows at the one between Luca and Sam.
Both of the arrows hit.
Yes.
That's some nice damage. 19 from the first attack and 20 from the second, resulting in a blooded creature immediately from the get go. Two shots coming there straight. Samuel, you are still a bit dizzy in your senses, but you are quite glad to see that Brian is giving a helping hand right there. Anything else for our ranger?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Nina is still incapacitated. She will try to get rid of this state, but to no avail. Nina is having some trouble. She will just crawl and get right next to the wall as she will put her hands to trying to close her ears to stop the effects of the wailing. To no avail for the time being, but we'll see. And now we have the zombies that each one gets a strike, and actually they get it at advantage now that they have managed to flank. So Sanarkal will hit for the big smack of 12 points of damage. And then we have all the other zombies, which are 8 zombies. So 8 attacks. I'm going to do it all together. Be easier at math. So they have a +3, which means any 13 or more, any 12 or more hits. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. One of them being a critical, so it's 5d6 plus 4 for the damage. 22 points of damage, as the swarm of zombies will keep this creature in control as it is getting a lower and lower health, and you can see that it is close to its demise and ready to burst in this surge of water that it did before. As now we have the giant that is also having trouble recollecting themselves from this wailing of the Misthugs, and he will fail. And let's see if Samuel is at the same state as well. Actually, Samuel will regain his normal state at the end of this turn, as some more calmer rhythm in his breaths, and he can be able to once more distinguish reality from this enchantment. And the lock, you are up.
All right. So, right next. Is the cliff that we are flying next to, is it taller than 40 feet?
I'd say that it is around that, perhaps 5 or 10 feet more.
Okay.
It's clearly jumpable if you want to try something like that.
Yeah. So is the harpoon still embedded in the thing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You can freely release it if you want to, but you can hang on to it if you want to as well.
Yeah, so I'm next to the thing without it grappling me. So just using its, floating mass in the air, I would like to try to kick off of it and jump onto the top of that cliff there, if possible.
I didn't understand that. Can you?
Yeah, so this thing is basically just a floating floor right there, and I'm not grappled to it. So I just want to kind of, pull myself to one of its sides and then kick off of it and try to propel myself onto the top of the ledge there.
All right, I'll give you an athletics attempt at that. DC is going to be 15.
Strictly athletics fight.
All right, I can allow you then to make an attack off it as you jump.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just do... Okay, we'll just call that a kick, so it'll be unarmed.
That attack unfortunately will not manage to hit a vital spot in it, but it will give you enough of speed and momentum to get on the top of the ledge, as you wanted.
Okay. So now that I'm there, if action economy remaining possible, I would then want to try to drag it over.
It is possible, yep. Costing your second attack.
Okay.
Or your bonus action, up to you.
Yeah, we'll do the bonus action for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Give us one more athletics check then. Gonna go for a contest here. And yep, you're going to manage to drag it right next to you.
Okay, all right. And so this, we'll see, is where my second actual attack comes in. As I wrench back with one arm, the other one's gonna come up.
Okay, a powerful attack here. Boom! The creature coming next to the cliff immediately will suffer 20 points of fiery damage as it's going to lose its balance as it was trying to hover previously and now it gets on land. And it gets really, really low after this strike.
Right. All right. So we are up there and away from people. That's going to be the turn.
Hey. Alright, we have this one next to Samuel and Lupa, which is going to go for 2 slam attacks, one on Sam, one on Lupa. And both of those are going to hit. For 21 and 15, that's a total of 36. But as it attacks Lupa, I think that Samuel will see this as a small opening there.
Yes. I take a freaking slash at it.
Do it.
I will. Fuck. How do I do this? 15?
15 is their AC. It hits.
What? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Hey-ya!
Good to do 41 points of damage. That's a powerful smack.
I
did
killed
Lupa
Lupa,
go?
unfortunately.
Kyle, you killed her.
What happened?
Don't worry, guys. I took care of it. The darkest member of the group.
Perhaps while I subtracted health, I might must have misclicked the little Lupa. I'm not sure.
Yeah. After being sort of stunned, not stunned per se, but befuddled for quite a long time, Sam will finally snap out of it and like basically unleash like a Legend of Zelda Link huge fucking slash, and it will rock a blade through this creature's body. And can I get that? No. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that was this Misthawk's turn. I think Lupa played after that because she did play before Belgos from what I saw. I just had
It
to
looked
re-add
like
her
it.
into the loop. So Lupa is up
Oh.
next.
Okay. 2 bites.
Actually, let's go one by one because I think the first one might finish it. Yep. It's going to be enough, and of course, like the previous one, the moment that it is destroyed, it will burst. So Samuel and Lupa, give me your dexterity save.
That's what I'm supposedly good at.
Oh, wait, hold on.
All right.
Sorry.
Both of you are good. Samuel, you take no damage because of your evasion spell. Lupa takes only half damage, so 4 points of bludgeoning. But no prone condition. And she can
22 save?
continue moving and have your rest of the turn.
Oh, wow. On a 22 save? She takes half. Wow. Jeez.
When you save, you take half damage.
Yeah.
on that.
Sorry. 8. Those are 4 points.
Just 4, yeah. All right.
Forgot how to play today, I guess. And then, this one is like too high up for Lupa to reach, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is definitely too high for Lupa.
I think that she's just gonna retreat next to Brayden.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Belgos, you're up.
Seeing that most of them are, at least half of them are gone, Belgus is gonna come over here to Nina, gently lay a hand on her shoulder and cast protection from evil and good. See if that helps her at all.
It will definitely soothe the pain, and to be fair, since those are elementals, even out of character, it seems like it's going to help.
Yes. What effect is this? Is this a fear effect? Is this a charm? Like what?
It's nothing of those.
Ah.
So unfortunately, it will not stop those effects. It's just
Fair.
a straightforward incapacitated.
Alright. So yeah, and then bonus action, spiritual weapon. And I had cast it at 4th level, so
Alright, that's quite some damage. How much is it?
that is
11.
11.
Alright, and you're going to see the Mist Hulk on the brink of death. Even a small zombie attack will get it destroyed at this state.
And destroy all the zombies.
I mean, the zombies have the undead fortitude, so I think most of them will survive, but of course they might take some damage. And this is your turn, right?
Yes.
Alright then. We have this Mist Hulk playing. And once more I'm gonna go for an attack at Sadnerkal and one at Juniper. 1, 2. Juniper will be the one getting hurt over this. For 28 points of cold damage. Boom! A Mighty Slam will hit you for only 14 in your case, because as we said, you have your cold resistance. And this of course will trigger your vengeance as you are ready to get it down. And well, as it plays its turn, I can allow you to give me your reaction if you wish. Your Hall of Spores. since
Oh
it
my
is next
god,
turn.
I forgot that exists.
It's okay, it's a new character. You've been only playing it for 3 years, so it makes sense. I forget it a lot of the times.
I got so happy I've got undead. It's just hard to.
Mm. Right, like we'll make my con save, and it will save.
Ugh.
It's gonna be safe. But yeah, after that we have the one next to Locke. That seeing that this is a fist fight, well, it will not be afraid and will go for 2 slams in a attempt to go out in a blaze of glory, with the second hit being the only one to connect for 13 points of cold damage, as the first one will be just dodged as Locke goes on the side to the left and will just destroy a small tree that lies in there, but the second one will not be able to be completely dodged with a piercing cold getting through to you. And Juniper, you are up.
So seeing how the zombies are doing a really good job at wailing on this thing, she turns back to see Nina not doing great, not phenomenally like Juniper is, just super unfortunate. And so out of the corner of her eye, she's gonna reach out as her fingertips start to blacken, and the dude that she can see there, she's gonna blight.
The target is the one in the center, right? Here.
No, the other one, the one closer to Nina, which poses a threat.
Oh, okay, the one
Yeah.
uphill there. Well,
She wants to give
I don't
mobs
think
their
I don't
chance.
think it stands a chance. Yeah. So the creature will vaporize, and you know what? For the overkill and for the effect of blight, because what blight does is take all the life energy, all the moisture out of a creature. I will make this one not burst, as all the water inside it is going to just evaporate, and it will just lie down with a strange and crippling body down on the floor, as you're going to see. Locke was about to punch it, and as it loses any sense of defense, the punch will just hit and shove it down to the ground.
She kind of like giggled to herself after it dries up into some little husk, and then just kind of like waved to her bobs to keep going at the one in front of them. Keep going, my babies! And then that'll be it for her.
All right. Brennan, you're up. Only one enemy remaining.
He's just gonna move his hunter's mark onto the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and take 2 shots.
Well, the first one hits, and I think it's gonna be the end of it. Yep, it is. As the creature will once more burst. And that will be problematic for some of the zombies, maybe. So, thankfully it's a low roll, so let's see. I'm going to do a mass roll. Juniper, you give me a dexterity save for yourself as well.
Oh, okay.
The first, other than the Sudden Cal, the next rolls you're gonna see are in a clockwise order. Which ones are getting hurt? So, let's see. Sudden Cal will get the full damage, which is 6, but he's fine. And the first two and the blooded one also save, so those are in a good state. Oh, the blooded one gets really low, but he's not on problems. The rest of the zombies are going to get blooded though, but you know what? This could have gone a lot more bad for the zombies. No zombie dies,
You
so
did so well.
I consider that a win. Several of them get quite damaged though. And with that done, initiatives are off. As slowly Nina will regain her calm, her senses. Same goes for the giant. That seems that the magical effects are over, but he's still quite afraid to go what is hidden behind the tree and looking around for more mist hulks. But before we continue with that, let's take a short break for the middle of our session. Grab a water, grab a snack, and we'll be right back to continue. Okay?
Just
All
that.
right.
Lovely.
I'll be right back. I am back.
Ah,
Who
man
else
of
do
the
we
hour.
have here?
William's here.
Mhm. So we have Locke, the Harpoon Giant Slayer. Have Belgos, the Temple Summoner. Those are the official titles of how people call you in this area, of course.
Ooh.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Ew.
Hey. Lupa, the champion of Millstone, of course, that's quite known. Brennan, the torturer of hags.
Juniper, the good person, just all around.
All around.
I don't know
Imagine
why-
such a title.
Just a sweetheart.
I don't know why the torture hag. It made me think of like that's a thing that only this group would really know, because like only this group was there to know, which means that
Yeah, but the group is known for gossiping around, so...
yeah. That's part of the thing was like, it made me think of, weirdly enough, Resident Evil 8. I don't know if any of you have played that. There's a bit where where you're fighting a boss and his base explodes because Chris blew it up, and the boss calls Chris a boulder punching asshole. Which is a reference to the 5th game. But there's only 3 people in the world who saw him do that, and one of them is dead, which means that that got and it happened like an entire continent and a half away, which means that Chris put the fact that he punched a boulder in his official report for his mission, and that knowledge spread so far that someone in a remote European village that hasn't seen visitors in like decades knows about it.
Yeah, it feels like this, I guess.
It's like there's no way that he shouldn't be able, he should know that about that happening, and there should be no way that most people know about Brandon torturing the hag. I just find that funny.
My neck.
Oh, by the way, before we continue, since we are at this, I want to share something. Netflix added the Honor Among Thieves movie last week.
Oh,
Yes.
Have you seen it? I hadn't seen it before. I did see it on Friday, I think, and I loved
Quite
it.
good.
I hadn't
Yeah.
seen that.
No, it's a good little thing. Yeah.
I
have
not
you
seen
seen the first one? Like that?
Yes.
Yeah, the 2000.
Hell yeah.
Dungeons and
Let
Dragons.
the blood rain from the sky.
But we did not talk about those, you know.
No, yeah, I know. When it was like I was so I remember like going to see the Dungeons and Dragons one back in the early 2000s, and so I was kind of like worried how this one was gonna be, but it
You were
was
like,
so
"This
good.
is
I
so
loved
good."
it.
Yeah,
It
they
was so
nailed it.
good.
Good casting, funny dialogues, and I really liked how they handled all the cliches. I mean, they used them there and made fun of some of that stuff, and it felt a lot of D&D, like, you know, the feeling that you go there and they say, okay, but to go there you need to have this item, and the whole scene of the
Like-
heist that were like, I cannot do it if I cannot see, was very something that players would think of doing.
Yeah, I thought it was so. Like, obviously, my favorite was the necromancer, but I thought the paladin was so adorable. Like, how like committed. I thought the actor did really, really well. Like,
This
how
is the epitome of
Oh,
committed-
yeah,
DMPC.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
possibility
yeah.
was the DM to see the overpowered person that just appeared there.
Yeah. The like walking over the
And then
rock
just
thing.
leaves.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, overall great movie. If someone hasn't seen it, I advise to see it. It's our fun game that we play around, after all. So, but nonetheless, let us get back to our domain of dread here. With the Mist Hulks gone, the Hill Giant will, still trembling, will ask Samuel that he has an exit. Are they gone?
As far as I can see,
How far
You're
can
right,
you
man.
see?
it's pretty far. Like, yeah, I'd say, well, with his cloak here, probably like 120 in the dark, give or take.
Okay, I think Ralph is fine. Yes. I'm fine.
Is that your name?
Ralph. Yes.
Sam. I reach out
He
a
will
hand.
take. He will do one finger of his
I
towards
shake
there.
finger.
and take your hand. How's it go? Last place. I'm good. How are you people? Is anyone hurt?
Badly.
Looper and I. Sam looks pretty beat up too.
I'm good.
Locke's gonna make his way climbing down the cliff and eventually just kind of jump down next to everyone. Nah, just another fucking reason why I hate this place. Oh, I can't jump down. Well, narratively, I do.
Oh, you can? Let me do it.
Backflip.
I'm stuck. Okay.
It's the barrier that blocks a vision. You can go now.
Quadruple somersault.
Let's see. Belgos will begin administering first aid.
What do you begin casting?
Uh,
Oh, first aid.
yes.
Sorry, I misheard.
Let's see.
Hmm.
First to. Let's see. First to Samuel. Let's see. Then to Brayden. Then to Lupa. Nina. To Locke. To Juniper. And then to themselves.
Which one is for Nina?
1, 2, 3. I believe the fourth one.
I think the first one.
No, the fourth one.
Fourth one. Okay, 20.
Yeah, because
The
the
rest
first
of you
one.
can handle your
first
character.
one was for Samuel.
Okay, as Ralph will say, Mist Hulks are around a lot of these areas, but if you get much closer to the mountain, I think the mist disperses a little and there are less.
Hmm.
They
Alright.
only whine and cry all day. They're very annoying.
Yeah, I get the sense that would get very irritating after it.
But my Great Lab is very strong against them. If I strike them, they get smacked.
That's
But
very
it's hard
good.
to get close.
That's very good, Ralph. Have you seen in quite as many numbers as that?
Oof. I mean, they're usually more dispersed than this, but to be fair, I could hear you from a mile away. You were all working together, so I guess.
Yeah, well, we didn't really like want to, we didn't want to arouse suspicions that we were coming up here to like, kill them all or anything. We just want to talk.
But I'm getting hungry. Can I eat one of you? Not some. I don't want to eat some, but one of the others, perhaps.
I don't think that's gonna be an option, unfortunately. But hang on. Maybe Sam will look towards Belgos. Ralph here. Oh, his name's Ralph, by the way. Ralph here is quite peckish. Is there any way you could do that that food thingy again?
Yes, I can. Would he be willing to eat that?
Hey Ralph, are you? I say in giant. Are you like open to like a new menu choice? Like, have you ever had like chicken?
But chicken are small.
Yeah, but my friend can make a lot of chicken, so it'll be a lot of small things.
A lot of chicken. Yes, I'm down for that. Yes.
Okay. Looks to Belgos in common. He says he likes chicken.
Can't you make a very big chicken?
Can you make like a big chicken, like say a larger chicken?
I could do a turkey.
Okay. What's a turkey?
It's a very big bird. And
Gotcha.
yes, Belgos will. 1 second, please. Okay, so yeah, Belgos will cast this at 4th level to save on the 3rd levels. Because I only have 1 left.
Ralph's eyes will shine. She will immediately go there and will start chewing rather loudly. Belgos have an inspiration. He used quite a high
Yay.
spell slot for that there.
Yay.
But while Ralph's eating, Sam will say to the group, "It seems like Ralph here got like bullied out after he lost a little competition of like food eating, which is why I asked if there's any way you guys could help him out with that."
Well, as I said, I have the spell insensibility. That's about it, though.
Good work. I mean, I'm just thinking maybe if we can, you know, build this guy's confidence and like help him think he's gonna win a rematch. Maybe we can get a little friend to take us in.
You know, I could make him, like, you know what I do to Shatner? I could do something like that.
Oh, I mean,
Make him
I don't know.
undead.
I feel like, well, it'd be really helpful to have like a big old smacky guy. I feel like they'd be more receptive to Ralph as a fellow giant.
Huh?
I think they'd like him more if he was alive. Unfortunately.
No, I mean, I could, I could, you know, make him a little bit sporish, like armor?
But that could be cool. I mean,
Not in a dead way. I wouldn't kill him. I don't.
well, I'm sorry for assuming. That was really rude of me. I mean, that could help. Like it was sort of just an eating competition. Like, you know how like people have pie eating contests. At least that's what it sounded like.
An
So,
eating contest.
Understanding that our way to be affable with these people is an eating contest, sure. Does it have to be an eating contest, or could it be a fighting contest?
I mean, I only recently learned their language. I don't really know too much about their culture. I could ask him.
Well, if we're gonna help him out, I think we're better suited for one thing than the other.
True. I'll look at Ralph while he's eating. Oh, Ralph. Is it like only eating contests that you all get up to, or is there like a sort of combative sport? Because it seems like you're pretty good at that as well.
We heal giants. We We usually do more eating. Yes, eating. I've heard of stone giants doing things like rock catching, but I have never met a stone giant, so I'm not sure if I even believe that.
Okay. You know, it's,
Food's tasty though, but Ralph still feels weak. Why? I mean, from the moment I left from the moment I left the mountain, I feel weakened for a reason.
let me see if my friend can tell. We'll look to his friends and in common. Well, it seems like they do a lot of just, you know, chilling and relaxing. They're a bunch of hill giants, so they don't really do combat sports, unfortunately. Dr. Corberil, it seems Ralph thinks there's something twingy about him. Can you like check him out?
I can certainly try. I would assume it's something to do with the mist, but yes.
I figure as well, but he said something about like the cradle changing some of the giants up there. So I'll consider it might be that as well.
Okay, so yeah, Belgos will attempt a medicine check on this giant.
I'll assist, probably.
Sir Alpha looks at Belgos. She will do a small, see this great club, strong great club. I can strike at the rock and, once it strikes at the rock, it will leave a pretty big mark there. I mean, it's a good mark, but used to strike way better. As she will lay a bit down, and Belgos, you're going to inspect some of his muscles. To be fair, it's the first time that you are examining a hill giant, an alive one at the very least. Their anatomy and all seems very similar to humanoids, so you can make some deductions there. And he seems to be perfectly healthy. His arms and muscles seem to be working in a very normal sense and way, so you are not sure what is going on. But you believe that this one is just a normal and perfectly healthy giant. He's not weakened at all. I can give you an Arcana check, since you've succeeded in the medicine.
Very well.
I will give you guidance. Please, there's gotta be something that's making this guy fishy.
42.
Alright. Well, with that, you can deduct that probably it's not that he is weakened now, but more like he was empowered back there, like while he was closer to the mountain, perhaps something made him stronger. That makes more sense to you.
You seem to be perfectly fine, strong, nothing's wrong. I think it's just that this crucible made you stronger. Instead of something being taken away, something is no longer being added.
I translate in a simpler tongue for Ralph. I'll say, you know, I think Belgos is onto something here. I think maybe that cradle up there helped you out a bit. Pardon me, but is the cradle, is that like a literal term, or is that like a figurative thing?
We call it the cradle because the scion is sleeping there.
The scion?
Yes. He's The child of our god.
Mm.
Child is a strange word. He's way older than me. Older than my grandfather.
He's like a cleric, or like literally like a descendant.
What's a cleric?
A holy man.
Holy man. Yes, it is holy. But, I mean, it is a descendant, from what they say. I think it is. It's very big for a hill giant. So... And it eats a lot. We gather a lot of food around and bring it to the cradle.
So it's not that the cradle has a lot of food, it's that you all go out and get a lot of food for the cradle.
And a lot of food for us. It's heaven there.
Yeah.
Food is everywhere.
I assume Ralph gestures to all of my friends. No. So, Ralph, as you can see, my friends and I are quite adept at combat, but we're also very good at assisting in utilitarian regions. Would you feel comfortable in allowing us to assist you in possibly one of these competitions? Maybe you could win your pride back.
But I don't think so. Hill giants like us, we are very prideful about not forgetting the worst things about each other.
Hmm.
No.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, just think what that would represent if, like, you came back into town and this person who seemed to have bested you is challenged once again. Like, well, don't you think that could maybe reel back in some of that pride for you?
There is no way I can beat him. You know, those that undergo this challenge, like me, like him, take everything. The winner takes it all. He's transformed by Gorlando themselves into a titanic giant, over 20 feet tall, and so... Well,
Shit.
the loser can just says the same weakling he ever has, and cannot take part in this competition again. Though if you, I guess if you manage to deal with him, then one day maybe I return back to my land.
All right. Well, I'd quite like to, I mean,
He's very dumb. He's not like me.
right.
He's not very bright. You can easily trick him.
course. Well, maybe, I mean, you can see I'm quite short. Being 20 foot tall, that doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I want to, like, enter this contest with that guy.
You could not eat that little big chicken. What do you mean you eat contest?
Does that mean I shouldn't try?
You're brave. But I don't know, I mean, if you are up for it, perhaps you can do it.
Be right back.
Well, Ralph, I think like what a few of us would be up for, and I think that we could help you, get your way back in. Certainly, if you could like take us there, maybe introduce us.
I can't take you there if that will save you some time, but I cannot go there nor introduce you. They will attack me on sight. I've lost all my pride, and frankly speaking, they will attack you on sight too. I mean, I wouldn't ask to eat you if I could easily win you. I just feel very weak right now. That's why I asked in the first place.
Right.
No offense.
No, Tegan.
But
I
yeah,
mean-
the people in the mountain, they are stronger than me. Now, I used to be strong as well. I don't know what happened.
Right. Is there... I guess what I should ask is there like a word or a phrase that you would use for parlay? Like, so that... did your friends ever have, like, communication with, like, anyone outside of the tribe besides eating them?
Usually humanoids communicate as they are being swallowed.
Right.
But two-way communication was not a very common thing. But if you, as he will point at Satner Kyle, perhaps they will listen to you a little bit.
Yeah, I looked at Shatner Kyle, and I'll say in common, yeah, you could probably walk in there and make quite a fuss. Miss Cara, I think that your plan. I think Ralph here has actually verified your plan would probably work.
Oh, good. Let's
Maybe I
do
could-
it.
Can Shatner? Can Shatner speak?
No.
Yeah, death giants can speak. Even small ones. I know that death giants are quite clever.
Thank you, Ralph. I'll pat his back and let him continue to eat, and I'll speak to my friends in common. I'll be like, I maybe like I could.
Mhm.
Does Shatner Kyle have like a hole in his chest?
He sure does. I think I spoke about his rib cage being open and her like sleeping in it.
So maybe okay. Can you tell Shatner to open his mouth and close his mouth? Is that a thing you can do?
Oh yeah. She'll look to Shatner. She'll be like, "Open your mouth, then close your mouth."
I assume he does it.
Mhm.
Okay. Perhaps I could
Where?
The suit is pretty new. Yeah.
Sure.
And I could speak through him, maybe.
Yeah. That'd be fine.
Oh, that's perfect because Shatner, like, he could probably empty out his stomach and we could win that eating contest.
Oh.
We
Maybe
get
I
like
could get in
some.
with you, and you could be on my shoulders and talking through him, and I'll tell him, pretend to talk, and then sneak all the food in.
I
I
mean,
think there's no way this could go wrong.
the
What
death
is going
giant
on?
could speak for himself, but death giants are not famous for eating much, and it's not in their values. But
Oh,
there is a death giant. He is one of the highest consultants of the Scion, of the Cradle that you were speaking of.
okay.
He's the one that is making most of the decisions while the Scion is sleeping.
Well, then maybe we could do the food competition as just a bit of fun after, but we can certainly talk to them. Yeah, that would work, right? Oh, sorry.
Yes, that would work, yes. You know what? That would definitely work. But you need to get there in the first place. That's gonna be tricky. Because
yeah.
the hill giants, we have orders to attack everyone on sight. If someone is different. I don't think death giants will not count for that. But if you get through the first wave of hill giants, then going further deeper, the guards on the cave deeper in the mountains, seeing a death giant will definitely let you through to speak with the leader. But the ones further away, I don't believe would do so. They are zealots. They're not like me. I'm a rebel.
Right. Well, I mean, but if Shatner showed up, would they attack him on sight?
Oh,
He's a giant.
but he's a death giant. You know, they will hear him out, but unless he has something very good to say to them, you know, it's a kind of a pride thing. We are a big tribe of hill giants here, and it always felt a little bit annoying that a death giant is the second in command, you know? Why? We are hill giants. Shouldn't we be in command?
Well, I mean, certainly, but I think you'd be surprised that when he's a man of few words, but Shatner is quite a talker. He's a
He is?
silver tongue, this devil.
Well, I guess they will hear him out at the same time that they are gonna be slamming him. But yeah, they will be listening to him.
Great.
But if you get to the leader, I mean, he is a death giant, he will not have any beef. But as I told you, it's the outside layers that you need to be afraid of, because they are not very fond of the death giant leader. So another death giant coming here means that, hey, this is gonna rob the third in command place as well, so you know.
Okay. I'm going to speak in common exclusively to the group. I don't know if Ralph speaks common, but I'll just assume not. I'll say. Because Locke asked earlier, and we sort of didn't address it. So, it seems that Ralph is saying that if we walk in there, like, alone, without, like, a giant, they're gonna kill the shit out of us, like, on sight. So, but he seems to think Shatner there's got a chance at, like, at least talking to him.
And by Shatner, you mean you, from what I heard?
Yeah, the plan is to, like, crawl inside of him and empty a bit of it out, like Gundam style. Sorry, that's like that's a mechanist term. It's just like a sort of suit.
Fuck's sake.
I mean, to be frank, it's really lucky that you know, Miss Kara got Mr. Kyle.
All right, so you are going to be inside
Yes.
of that as Juniper fucking puppets it up, and we think that's going to. And he kind of looks over to Ralph. Well, fuck, maybe it would. Ah, fucking hell. I fucking hate how decent of a plan this sounds.
Yeah, it's quite strange how actually it falls together pretty well.
Well, he fucking thinks that it's Shatner is his own thing, so yeah. Fuck, sure. Fuck.
By the way, food was good. Can I have second food?
Sam will be nodding to Locke and then look around. Oh, I can ask. Looks to Vel, goes, Ralph really liked the delicacies you provided, and is wondering if there could be more.
Did he eat all of it?
He did.
He's a old giant.
He ate.
You can visibly see that his belly
Scooping.
has expanded through it. But hill giants are just They're not eating just to, you know, fool themselves. They
Blubber.
want to go over that, over the top. He doesn't
did you
need to eat
lose?
more, but he wants.
Uh. Hmm.
From a medical perspective, it's wise to say no, Belgus. But that goes for humans, not for a giant, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, because that's
you
enough
like-
food for 15 people.
Mhm.
would you mind if Ralph ate that Bob right there?
No. You can have them.
Mr. Stiltree, take that, get that, give him that Bob.
Oh, alright. Brandon's gonna take the bob and drag it in front of Ralph.
Wow, what a blessing this day is.
Indeed.
And of course, this is a whole humanoid, so it's gonna take for him some time to eat it all completely, as he has already been fed up. So Ralph looks very happy.
Well, if it's all right with you, Ralph, if you could just lead us in, the general direction as far as you're willing to go, we'd really appreciate that a lot.
All right, let's go.
I will begin crawling inside of Shatner Kyle and making room for myself, I suppose.
I
Before
guess
that,
someone could make a couple of modifications there. You have a disguised kit, from what I recall, right? Don't you?
Yes, I will. I have some fabric in my disguise kit, and I will make sort of not a kilt. What's it called? A girdle to go around the chest area where the hole I'm inside of is.
I guess this is an area that stinks quite well, but I know that Samuel is not afraid of the stench of death.
Well, it's not the first time.
As Ralph will head northwards. And
before
well, I
that,
assume that you are going to follow as well.
before
Mhm.
that,
Yes.
the mist giants, are there bodies left over?
There was only one of the Mist Hulk that was under the Blight spell. It is still there, to be fair, but it's, very strong and a little bit different from how he originally looked. But
Okay,
there is one body, yeah.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Belgos will, using their, is going to try using their new ability,
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
has to speak with dead with it.
Painting.
Because I do believe it just says creature, not humanoid. Let me
A
double check.
corpse
Mhm.
must have a mouth. If else, if it was undead when it died, okay. Seems that all the conditions are pretty decent, so yeah, you're going to see some strange light in the eyes and the mouth of this creature shine up as its jaw starts moving, trembling, like mourning a little bit. As one of its arms is gonna rise and 5 fingers are gonna pop up.
Well, I didn't speak any of the languages whatever they did. By the way, did anyone understand the language it spoke?
I did.
Then I will ask you to speak for me. Would you kindly ask it its name as well as those of its comrades?
And Brandon will speak to the elemental. What was your name and the names of your comrades?
I was called Huratus. But as I became an elemental, we forsook our names. I do not know those of my comrades.
Says it's Kuratash. But not anymore.
Belgos will nod. Let's see. Belgos will want to know if there's any last rites it wants.
A what?
Any last rites
Last rites.
that it wants.
Oh, okay. I assume, Brennan, you relay those questions directly?
Yeah, I'm just gonna translate back and forth.
We elementals do not belong here anymore. Just get rid of my body.
Belgos will
Says-
nod. Very well then. Do the rest of you have any questions for it, or actually, I almost said my own name, Braynon. Perhaps you could ask it how it became like this. It said that it changed, yes?
I am very old. I lived hundreds of years isolated between the planes of the elements and the mists of despair until I became this.
Zombie spaghetti. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? There's 2 left.
Was it a giant on this plane before it turned?
I was a mighty cloud giant, faithful to Alvaldi and Angea, soaring through the skies of Tisseria. My names are Flavel, but I'm gonna write them. And one finger only remains for final potential question. It's not like the movie, you don't have to ask a 5th or it won't lay in peace, but yeah.
How'd it get here?
Did you ask how did it get here?
Yeah, to this plane.
A fabric between material and shadow is thin. One on his quest for power can get lost in the shadows and lose its way back. I was greedy. And the light will fade. Archie's arm will fall.
Ah. Belgos will very gently pull out a flask of oil, splash it on the body, and then light it up.
And slowly the body will crumble into ashes. Or more like smoke, since it had water as its prime material. Whoa! I can't see you. Are you following me? Ralph will yell
Yep,
over the
yep, right behind you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's get going. Then.
Miss Kara, are you still willing to get in here so you can quietly direct Shatner or not?
Hmm?
Well, you said earlier that maybe you also wanted to get into Shatner to
You're
command him
okay
from
with that?
inside. Well, I mean, if there's enough space, I hope. I'm small.
Yeah. You can. That way. I mean, yeah. And she'll like sneak
Yeah.
in.
That way we aren't like, giving commands and like speaking out in the open. I'll try and clear up some more space for Miss Kara.
God, this is horrific. This is so much
As we
worse
walk,
than the Tauntaun.
As we walk, the little tarp that's making a girder will flop open sometimes as more gore falls out.
Well, Ralph will definitely be moving pretty fast. It's not hard, but it's going to be a bit tiresome to keep up with him, with his huge legs and feet. He is definitely marching in a way faster than normal humanoids do. And, of course, the zombies are mostly having trouble keeping up with the pace. Caring about this. As, at some point you're going to get quite close on the mountain.
Hello, Moimi. I am rather flattered, but I do try to stay more anonymous. Yeah, thank you
Slowly,
for the follow.
you can see several cliffs and the vegetation starts going a little bit more rare here and there. I think that this is all the way I can go close to. As he does that, a small squirrel will appear in the distance. More food. This is finger food, I don't want it. As he will ignore it. And say, okay. I will not go far away from here, so I guess if you manage to overcome all this, maybe I'll return. I like the mountain. But the mountain doesn't like me now. So, good luck to you. I mean, I know that the death giants are clever, so... Since you said that your death giant has a nice way of speaking, I think you're gonna be fine if you get the first Baras of my tribe.
Alright, Ralph, thank you. Good luck to you as well.
Alright. Be safe.
What a sweet guy. I say to Miss Kara as I the
Yeah.
cadaver.
Well, as you say that, you're going to hear in the distance some footsteps, loud enough. But this time they are quite further away. You have an opportunity to sneak your way into there if you wish.
Absolutely.
Belgos, you have a very good eyesight in the dark. That goes for some others like Nina. Nina and Belgos, you can both spot some hill giants in the distance, but it's strange, even though in their anatomy they look exactly the same, there's like some faint aura surrounding them. Some weird energy.
Should
They haven't
the
spotted
rest
you.
of us, should the rest of us hide before we get spotted? While Samuel and Juniper.
That might be best, but I don't.
Alright.
Something is
Here,
strange about
gather
these.
close.
Something is strange about these hill giants.
Like a little curtain, the girder moves aside as I poke my eyes out and look around. shit. Should we just go on through? Like we're giant? Should we stealth as well, Miss Car?
Wouldn't that be suspicious?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's like, if we get caught being sneaky, then like, that's like way worse than if we like, you know, just walked in and like maybe failed at acting like we were giants.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, maybe I should, do you think there's anything cool we could say to make them like respect us or something? I could make my voice booming.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Once everyone's hidden, I'll do something.
For those that want to sneak ahead, like Brennan, feel free to give me a stealth check, though I believe with Pass Without Trace, it's almost gonna be an auto-success. For most.
Get ready for a natural one.
Let's see it.
Actually, even natural one, if you have at least a modifier of +1, I think is good as a 5.
So I got an 11.
Yeah, you're good. I guess Nina would sneak as well. Why not? Let's try that.
You're the body, Miss Juniper, so you go ahead.
Oh, what?
Oh, that was out of character. Sorry. Alright, you just have him march ahead, and I'll start spitting the shit.
Oh, okay.
I'll cast thaumaturgy on myself so that my voice booms within 300 feet. I'll say,
oh yes, the great Shatner Kyle will finally join you at this hilltop.
You're going to hear the footsteps of a hill giant closer and one in the distance. As you can see, this one dragging a rock. As this one will nod to the other to halt. It says, more death giants on this lands? We no allow that. Go
You
away
will not
or
allow
die.
a great death giant such as I to enter your village.
Juniper's just like
Exactly.
pulling on muscle tendons to make his arm move aggressively.
I guess we're lucky. You are a small giant. And small giant, especially vulnerable to my great club.
It is as people say in the small towns. Big things come in small packages. If you fight me, then you will see such woes.
Dogs on you. I don't know what woes means. And one rock will come towards your location, as I want some initiatives.
we might have to turn one of these guys into a zombie. Because we're running low on fuel on this one. Initiative.
Yeah, we're getting into some old-fashioned slam combat. There are no tricks here. Just hill giants and their slams.
I love hill
Let's
giants.
see.
They're really funny.
Belgos, Nina, Sam, Lupa, Brennan, Juniper, Locke. I think I have everything. Yep, I do. Descending order. And Samuel, you get to act first.
Cool.
You can attack from inside the death giant or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna allow you. Give me an Arcana check. This is gonna be a very high difficulty, but perhaps you have heard some things about death giants, so who knows?
I'd love that. Okay. Regular. Arcana. Here it is. It's an A. It's really easy to see. There it is.
Mm-hmm. Is there? Are you boosting it in any
Oh
way?
right,
or not?
I completely forgot about my cheater dice. Yeah, I will use knowledge from the past life to add a d6 to this.
Okay, if you go to 25, yeah, you got this. Okay, So,
Cheater dice.
I'm gonna be honest, the Death Giants have a ranged attack option that is a Soul Bolt. It greatly resembles your Earnblade attacks.
Great.
So you could perhaps shoot them from inside and still keep your cover intact.
All right. As Shatner Kyle will waves his arm aggressively as Juniper says, I will poke my little Earnblade out the side of the girder and take a slash at this one.
Taste my fury.
So it will be no sneak attack, just
Okay.
good old Earnblade.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
That hits, of course.
For 7 necrotic.
Mhm. Well, you're unaware of whatever buff they have, that empowers them, but they don't seem to be more dexterous or tenacious for that regard. Your attack just hits and normally damages them.
Okie dokie. I don't know. I guess I'll just. Well, I had to summon the Earnblade as bonus action, so that's that. I will, I guess, whisper to Juniper as a free action. I'll say.
These guys usually have like big old size. Is there any way you can like make a big old scythe thingy?
Like me?
Yeah, I don't know. Just to like sell the image.
Oh, yeah. I think I could. Just let me think about it.
All right. No rush.
I'll end my turn.
All right, Lupa, she's up next. I saw Brennan you using the Share Spells ability. Is there something that you are thinking of doing?
Well, no, I just want to have Lupa stay sneaking,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and so since she has Pass Without Trace as well,
She does.
anybody who's sticking close to her. But I was just gonna have her sneak up and stay hidden in the brush up right in front of the hill giant.
Mm-hmm.
And like just stay hidden, and I don't
Okay.
know if I can like I'll just hold an action for it, and just in case she gets discovered, and
Okay.
pass it back it.
All right. Still staying sneaky. The Hill Giant has no idea that Lupa is close to her. And what about you? It's your turn.
I think Brain's gonna look at Locke and say, what's the plan here? Are we ambushing this thing, or are we letting them take care of it?
Fucking hate what I'm gonna say, but this just seems like bravado shit. Maybe they can pull it off and get one over. I think we should wait.
Heard. And Brain's gonna go sneak around to where Lupa was standing. Here, and just hold an action with his bow, and just he won't be like, because of like he's standing behind the tree, he won't be like clearly visible, but he's definitely like standing at the ready, with bow, with an arrow intact, ready to shoot.
Ready to shoot at the most opportune moment.
Yep.
As Juniper, you are up next.
So Crash did. She's just thinking so hard of what she could do, and remembering the flame blade that she had up a while ago.
Ooh.
She turns to Sam and goes, okay, I could do something, but I'm not really good with like elements or anything like water. I've been getting better at it, but this, I can make something. I just gotta think real hard on it. So if we could not get hit, that would be great. Hopefully we can manage that, right?
I mean, hopefully, yeah, that would be the
Okay.
hope.
Oh, all right. And she will cast a flame blade. I will cast flame blade at some point.
What does it look like?
Flame blade.
That will emit some light here. So,
So
whoa!
she'll tuck her hand through the fibers of his muscle in his arm, and through the twitch of her, like a
Mhm.
flick of her wrists inside, like embers will
Mhm.
start to weave out, building a sword, and burst into this like engulf this space with a flame, shaping like a sword.
You know what? You're doing some cool stuff here. I'm gonna allow, for the sake of this combat, to redirect attacks at Satner Kyle towards yourselves, Juniper and Samuel, if you wish. So each attack that hits Satner Kyle, instead you're gonna take Juniper takes half damage and Samuel takes the other half. Are we fine with that?
Yeah.
I think it's a good, decent idea here. I like that. But because as the flame blade lights up, you're going to hear some thing like this. Huh? Someone is there! As you're going to see, you are going to hear the sound of some rocks approaching.
That'll be it for me.
Okay. Well, and by the way, are you going to give any commands to Saturnal and the rest? We're playing soon enough.
Oh.
Mostly for the rest. I'm going to allow Saturnal to act the way you want on each of its turns, but for the rest of the zombies,
You know, well, she'll turn real quick and she'll be like, Sam, should I get closer? Or should we move closer then? Is that gonna give us away?
I mean, the other guys
Really
seem
right
pretty,
now.
pretty silly. I think I already hear some rocks, like, getting hurt through the air. I think they're pretty convinced if we get close enough. And maybe if we take down these fellas, they'll realize that, you know, who's the boss. So
Okay. And so
I
she
say
will...
we make an example out of that guy.
Okay. So she'll have Shatner take a step forward, but have behind him like the bursts of bobs, just kind of like swerve around him and head towards on attack. That'll be
all right. Well, we'll see on Saturnal's turn. So, well, we're gonna see now the first rock that is being thrown. Hit. For 26, that's 13 for Juniper, 13 for Samok.
And
Onto the grass and make you lose a little bit of your balance in your body. As the Hilton will yell, "Ah! I hit!" And then we have another one here that is going to throw another rock. This is from long range, so I actually have disadvantage. But it's still gonna hit with the 20. As you're going to see, they have an insane amount of strength and accuracy. That's a plus 15 if you didn't notice on the modifier. So, and it deals another 13 on it, as this one is going to take a big jump down the cliff and start walking forward. And as it comes there, there's, guys, they have no death rune. It's gonna be easy. And it is Satner Kyle's turn, so where are we moving with it, Juniper?
I guess straight up to the one on with that Lupa's on. Right, Sam?
Alright.
yeah, sure.
As you go there, you can release the flame blade attack that... Oh, I'll take the roll that you did, 27 will hit for 17 points of fire damage. That flaming scythe will... It has flames! And Hiljan will take some damage from this. Brennan, did you like to take this opportunity to shoot your attacks as they are heading there, or are you gonna wait more?
No, I'm gonna... Unless there's like a sneaky way I can use the Lupus tattoo, I want to hold an action. But if I can do that, I'll try that.
I don't believe that you can use the tattoo on such a huge target that effectively.
I figured. So I'm just gonna have Lupa just keep holding her action.
Okay.
And just hiding.
I guess the great club attack of the Ogre Zombie will be substituted by the Flame Blade for this flavor, but you know what? It has an empty hand, so for the attack it's gonna go and give it a punch. But it will not be as effective. Since then there's, Death giant, not that strong, small. And look, before you, I have the zombies. So the zombies, did you order them to go swarm on something or not?
She said they were following us, I think, right?
Follow, okay.
Yeah, gonna swarm ahead.
We're gonna dash with those. All right then. And no, unfortunately, Summit was not a short rest. And look, you're up.
Yeah, not having seen the other ogres, whatever. Still can't see him, but saw rocks be thrown out the darkness through other areas. It's just like he's really just like debating just, you know, unlocking and just let everything go. But you know, he's been in these kind of fights where it's like it's just kind of testing the other. So it might not be to the death, so he is going to sneak up and hide, kind of like inside this little rock outcropping, just to get a bit closer if he needs to do anything. But he's still going to hold to still gauge where this goes.
If you move there, Nina will say something to you because I'm sure she was gonna do something like that. Look, I have an idea. We'll just need to bring them a bit together and have a good spell that will make them even dumber.
Well, they're probably got all head for them anyway, so yeah, whatever you think is right.
So you go there, you still retain your stealth from before, you have not been spotted. Are you waiting for something else or are you gonna do something now?
No, I'm still gonna hold and just see if this is still a show-off fight.
Okay. Belgos, what about you?
I'm gonna guess that there's little to no way to. Oh, what the hell?
Do what?
My internet just restarted completely for some reason. Anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah, so now all I see is a now all I see is a white map with a bunch of green health bars. Oh,
refresh. Believe in yourself.
Hang on. I'm going to guess that there's no way for me to cast any spells without making myself known.
You cut out
I'm gonna guess
until
that
you
there's.
said making yourself known.
I'm gonna guess there's no way to cast cast any spells without making myself known.
Unless it's like not verbal, but a lot of spells are.
Yeah, it really depends on the spell. You're quite stealthy at the time being. You know what? I'll give it some time till you reconnect on Roll20. I'm gonna play with the next and come back to your turn.
Yeah.
Gonna be better for you too.
For now, I'll
So
get a little closer, maybe like 10 feet, as long as I can stay within stealth. And then just probably ready action the cantrip, a cantrip.
Sacred Flame?
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, that makes sense. That doesn't really reveal you in that sense. Alright, so going there. Well, we have the Hill Giant now that is going to wave its great club and will try to slam Satner Kyle. And you're going to see an insane difference in strength and speed of this slam compared to what you have seen in Hill Giants before. So, 2 great club attacks. 1, 2.
Oh fuck.
So first one deals 13 to each, second one deals 12 to each. Just 25 for each is the total. Juniper, are you subtracting health from before because I see your health bar full? Or are you doing it just on D&D Beyond?
Oh, no, it should automatically load up, but that might be my error. This not our first hit that we've taken?
You've got
We
another,
took
another
2 rocks, I
26
think.
before, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Sam is not looking pretty.
Hey, you're a pretty boy. Stop diminishing yourself. And
It's
then we
crumpled
have
like a tuna
Nina.
can.
Okay, Nina will play. She will not unleash the big spell just yet because we want more heal giants to come in place. But let's see what she can do to help from that. First, since she was already sneaking, she will move a little bit further ahead while continuing to have this. And I think Nina has the subtle spell, doesn't she? Yes, she does it. So, you know what? Let's do a subtle spell so she can help without revealing herself.
Hmm.
I'm gonna expend the sorcery point here.
I think I
And,
have that straight. Oh,
And because all of Nina's spells have different names than the normal, so I have to read them a little.
Yeah, that
Mire of
yeah.
the month.
oh, lovely, I'm back.
I know
Stir.
most of them, but some of them are different. Okay. Okay, no, not this. Definitely not this. I'm sorry, just a moment, I'm gonna find that out. That is interesting. Okay, you know what? What's the limit for this? No. Okay, I'm going to open this up. What range do I have? I have enough range. Okay, let's do this. It's 120 feet, and Nina has a good vision in darkness, so she can actually do this to get the two hill giants here that are close by. So, I guess we're not gonna wait for all of them together, but we need such an advantage. So, they make intelligence saves, and they are terrible at those, with a -3. So, they're going to both take 20 points of damage, and they are going to get quite dizzy.
Take this.
Oh, what did you do? Oh, my head, it hurts. And well, as their head starts to hurt, both of them are going to be starting to not be quite efficient, like right there. So yeah, Waters of Woe is going to have an effect as the dark shifting rain is just gonna appear out of nowhere. And Nina is not to be revealed just yet. She will just keep her hidden effects under the subtle spell option. What did you do to my friends? You are gonna pay! As this one is going to take the dash action and get next to the swarm of zombies, ready to take a powerful great club hits against them. Shamal, you are up.
You dull, lesser giants. You say I have no death rune. I will show you my death rune.
And Sam pokes his tiny little urn blade out of the girder and pokes the guy in the belly.
As one
This
of them
time-
will yell, "Be careful! Death giants can teleport!"
Like I would need such a petty skill.
And I will just stab this guy.
Dude.
Regular, but this one oh, that is not what I want to do. Get off my screen. 20?
Of course, that hits. That's a sneak attack.
Ow! For 30.
That gets this one to the bloody drains.
And then energy from this one. Sam will say,
I, by the power invested in me by death itself, expand.
and I will use Whales of the Grave to hurt this one as well. Here it is. Whales of the Grave.
As this one will yell, "Oh no! He can use the Shroud of Souls without a death rune!"
So it's 13 necrotic damage to the second one. And I'm not looking good, but there's not a lot of things I can do about that. I will cast a first level healing word on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's 3 health. So take that.
All right. It's better than no health.
And that is my turn.
Okay. It is Lupa's turn, but before Lupa's turn, do you want to take your held action?
No, I think this is just something that Lupa and Brayden are just gonna continuously hold until they're told to reveal themselves.
Okay. So on your turn, she still continues just remaining there
Yeah,
and waiting.
yeah. I think I'm just gonna have her like move up like just one like right up next to it, still hiding in the brush
Mm-hmm.
of the leaves, and just takes another hold action.
Okay. Same goes for Brennan.
Yeah.
Keeping the arrow loaded, but waiting for any kind of signal. As Juniper, you're up next.
So a little stressed out for Sam and the whale being wailed on. Ooh, but he's a little bit bloody.
The hill giant is blooded now, yeah.
Yeah. So, God. Sheesh. I think she's just gonna use her action to use the fiery blade again on him. Oh
I
my
think this
God.
is a damage roll, not an attack roll.
Yeah, I don't.
You can just roll, I think. You can just roll Chill Touch, and that should be the same roll.
It should be. It's a spell attack. So similar modifiers.
Really?
Yeah.
And that should actually be higher than 3d6 since you're casting
Yeah,
on a
it should
6th
be
level.
5. It's an error, okay? I don't know what's going on.
I'm just trying to be helpful, I'm sorry.
You're doing a wonderful job. I just needed you to know.
Your damage
I'm
would
struggling.
be 76 plus 5, actually. Damage.
Oh my
Because you
God.
got a 6th level, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, previously it only counted the extra ones from what I see, but it's 3d6 plus 1d6. Oh, for every 2 slots. Sorry. So it should be 5d6 plus 5.
Yeah. Oy vey. I'm just gonna manually roll this crap.
Roll it!
17 hits, so give me the damage. 5d6. The plus 5 is in the new flame blade of the 2024.
Yeah, the better
so
one.
that is, yeah, it got a buff. Okay,
pretty good.
17 points of damage, getting this creature lower and lower. Death Giant strong.
Yes, yes, I am.
She looks to Sam. I can heal you, okay? I can heal you. Just, I don't know. Tuck and roll behind me if he swings again, and I'll take the brunt of it. I promise. That'll be right.
Right from the distance, another rock will commence. But it is a critical miss, so it will actually fail. A rock will land close to Lupa as Lupa just looks around, rolls her eyes, but it's fine. As this one will rush, and on his way there, he's going to smash at one of the zombies. And second attack. 1, 2. Let's roll some con saves for the zombie. First one has DC of 25. What is this?
Wondering if I should cast Bless on the zombies.
Aw,
I don't think the zombie can reach the up. Unfortunately, I think 2 zombies are gonna go down. One medium-sized and one small-sized.
Not the shorty.
There is one more sortie right here. But 2 of them are gonna go down, unfortunately, this time. It strikes Followers easy die. And it's Sarkal's turn that, as we're using the flame blade, we're gonna go for a punch here. And of course, this is gonna pierce defenses and deal 5 points of damage. Let's use their empty hand. And the zombies, since they are there, why not? Let's make some attacks. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 on each. As
Yes,
we
my
attack-
minions, go!
And a lot of them will hit actually. So the giant on top takes 11 points of damage. No, 13. And the giant below takes 10 points of damage. And Locke, you are up next.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same as before. We're gonna wait to see if anything changes, because he's seeing that one that they're wailing on is, you know, very bloody, kind of hunched over more. So we're waiting to see what happens when that one dies, if anything changes.
Mhm.
So we're gonna wait again.
Sounds like a plan. Belgos, do you wanna shoot your sacred flame out there hidden, or are you just keeping yourself as well?
Let me double check something.
I can allow you, if you wish, to use your held action to shoot the sacred flame from before, and immediately for this action try to stealth again.
Sorry, give me a second.
Of course.
Now my, oh, no. I was gonna say now my, stat sheet is a pure white thing, but now it's loaded. Yay.
Hey.
Let's see. Sacred Flame is, oh, verbal and somatic. Yeah, I guess I will attempt to do this. Yeah, I will attempt to stealth, do this and then stealth. No. I'm just going to ready action again to see if they continue to fight after this one goes down. Belgos will cast it at another one.
Okay, let's see then what goes with this. So we'll turn this back and say, oh, I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. As it starts running and as it disengages, it will trigger some opportunity attacks from you, if you want. That goes for Samuel and Satner Kyle. Satner Kyle for sure will take the opportunity attack. We'll go for a punch. And I will allow for a Flame Blade, why not? It's gonna be fun if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yes. Well, yeah.
Since it is melee, it can be non-lethal as well.
Sure.
It's
I'll
up
do
to
that.
you if you want to do that.
I mean, I'll have to wait until after their rolls, of course, if they're gonna attack them, right?
Until after what?
I'd have to wait until after their rolls to make sure that my non-lethal goes through, right?
I mean, in whatever order. The satirical punch
I'll
just
take it.
went
I'll take
there.
my poke.
Okay.
I don't know how anything's going. Like 30.
Yeah, of course.
I will be trying for non-lethal. This is 33 necrotic, and I will Wails of the Grave again on this one.
If it will be enough to throw this one down on the ground as it falls, and the necrotic damage just jumps onto the next one as they killed Dago. As Nina is playing next, and she's also gonna wait, trying to see how this pans out, holding an action. As this one will go immediately in a more defensive stance. Right there. Yes, go for it.
I'm sorry. I had a quick question. just to add to the flavor of this, does going unconscious, is that equal 0 hit points too?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Just with the intent of being more of like a scare factor, like how powerful this, death ogre zombie thing is that they're
Ooh.
fighting. As this ogre is running away, and then Sam kind of like just pokes it in the back and it falls down. As it starts stumbling forward, Locke sees that opportunity, and so he is going to just really focus on the spot where the urn blade stabs into its spine, and there's going to be a flash. It's just there and then gone in like a second, but there's a flash of red scales that appear where it stabbed into it, and the zombie is not going to go down yet, but what it's going to do is it's going to run around the boulder to the closest one and take a hit at it.
That's so
All right.
badass.
You want to throw a boulder or make it move and slam? I thought
No,
you're a
it's-
boulder, right?
No, that it probably wasn't holding a boulder. I was just saying it's just going to run around that big rock there and take a
Okay,
swing
I
at that one
totally-
before it falls.
Of course it's gonna hit.
Sam's taken off guard and he's like, go, fallen.
And then the hill giant is going to fall down on the ground. The hill giant is starting to tremble a little bit. And at this point, Samuel or Juniper, I can allow one of you to make me an intimidation check at advantage, being aided by the other.
Oh. That's all yours, buddy.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. I got a +1 to this.
That's more than I.
Hang on.
So you're the talker of the zombie.
I know.
Try your best. They have not
I
the
will
best
try.
wisdom.
I will be adding a knowledge of the past life to this as well.
Okay.
So here we go. Intimidation with advantage. We'll do this. All right. Let's get the 2. 15 plus. 60. Oh fuck.
But this is the wise and hill giant. And
Do you want to
I'm-
use? Oh, I was gonna say, do you want to use my inspiration? But I don't know if that would.
I can try. It depends on what you wanna. If you're willing to allow that.
You wanna try it?
Yeah.
Well,
if you want.
I'm looking to. Will
Yeah, if
if
you
he
want
wants to
to,
throw it on that. Sure. I will try. Man, I really should have. That's my bad. I should have done my channel divinity to get proficiency in that.
Okay. Well, this intimidation is gonna fail, but that doesn't mean that the hill giants aren't shaking off, and this one is running real low. Perhaps they just need a little bit more incentive. But for now, they are not moving away. Though this also, I must fight for the cradle. Terrorized as he is, he's going to make 2 strikes. One at Satner Kyle. Good job. With you sharing both 9 points of damage and one at the poor zombie in front of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Juniper had said something about moving behind her. Is that a possibility or no? I'm just gonna ask ahead of time.
So that Juniper takes the damage, you mean?
I don't mind
I'm
taking
okay
full
with it.
damage.
I'm okay. Have the 19.
Sam's real low, and he's the talker, so
So
he
you
moves
think
a
you deserve
rotting
better than
spleen out of the
Juniper.
way
I see.
and tries to get out of the way. He'll whisper, "I'm sorry."
that's 25 and 19, right?
The 25 is on a zombie, so you take the 19 only.
Oh, okay.
So you take 19, one zombie is squashed there, and it is Samuel's turn.
I'll ask Juniper. Fuck, I messed up that fucking intimidation. Should I, like, pray to be better, or should I, like, embolden your zombos?
I I'd probably the Bobs need it. I think they need a little love.
Alright. I will, as Shatner Kyle, the great death giant, I will say,
Yes, my minions, defeat them. Embolden yourself in the necrotic ore that leaks off of their corpses.
and I will cast, Bless on, the tiny one and, all the bloodied ones.
All right.
Why?
Only
why
this
can't I
one's
find it?
unaffected.
I have like 4 spells and I can't find them.
Okay, so some empowered zombie attacks are coming soon enough.
Yes, and with a bonus action, I will pokey wokey my cool sword out and take a slash at this. Well, actually, I think the smarter thing would go after this one. We'll do that. Here's my slash Earn Blade on the one on the right.
Okay.
Swow!
Of course that hits. Sneak attack. Go damage.
8 plus. I didn't roll the sneak attack damage. 25.
Good enough, and this one is also getting bloodied.
And once again, I'm going to use Whales of the Grave to throw that damage at the bloodied one that resisted my intimidation.
Do it.
Where'd it go?
Another 20, that's a good roll. For the whales.
It is a very good roll.
And this one is really low. Perhaps getting one more giant down will be the tipping point for them.
You watch as from the belly of Shatner Kyle, like an emanation of a circle of green mist will pour out and start to glow in the eyes of these Bobs. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the assumption that Lupa and Brennan still wait, having hope in the plan of the others.
Yes, I was just looking at something. Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna send you something real quick. Question if I can do this without being noticed.
I'm trying to think which part of it do you want to use? The trigger, not the expansion of this.
No, the roll against the enemies.
But this is when you make an attack roll, right?
Is it? Okay, never mind.
You can do the bonus action that it states in the beginning. That you take some necrotic damage and you gain some energy to expend later.
Okay.
That part you can definitely do well there.
No, I'll just hold off and just hold action on both.
Okay. Well, Juniper, you're up next with your flaming scythe.
Remarkable, but just in case, she's gonna, as Sam rolls behind her, she's gonna kind of like paranoid nod and put a symbiotic entity for her action. So just her and this corpse just blows up and spores for an extra ring. And that, I think that's it for my turn.
That sounds good enough. All right, I'm gonna shoot one more rock towards your location. Giant is not playing us. 33 points of damage are gonna go towards the symbiotic entity pool.
No.
Well, that was a lot. Could I jump in front of it?
Oh my god, don't bother. Really don't bother.
I do it.
He does it. He wants it.
And I will uncanny dodge to take 15 of that, just so that we stay up as long as we can.
All right, and then we have this one here that is going to... Okay, I'm going to go for I'm not gonna go multi-attack. I'm gonna use my squash ability on one of the zombies. Let's go. Squash. The giant will just fall on top of one of those. Boom. And I'm sorry, but one zombie will become one with the ground. There's no way he can make a 35 DC Constitution save. This is
He can try, damn it.
I can destroy all of you one by one. Sutter Kyle will
No.
just going for punches.
The
to not
fuck you
do
mean, no?
such a weapon. And it will deal another 5 points of damage on the in the bloodied one here. As Loka, I assume you are waiting as well.
Yeah. Other two looking down. We'll see if this buys us a ticket. We're holding.
Let's see. Belgos, what about you?
They seem to be doing fine. There's a lot of smashed zombies, which Belgos feels so terrible about. Oh no.
Oh no, zombies dying. What a shame. Okay then, let's proceed. This is a dead hill giant, and Nina will seems like she's getting a bit more anxious and this is paying off, so she will take a hold action, and if next turn arrives and nothing has changed, perhaps she might issue an Eldritch Blast. But we have this one here that will go for 2 attacks against Shatner Kyle. So 1, 2.
No.
And those will hit for 22 and 24 for a total of 46 against Symbiotic Entity.
Holy shiza.
Oh, look at that. Symbiotic Entity had exactly that much health remaining from what I see.
These are like giants or something.
They have an insane amount of damage with this empowerment. And Samuel, you are up next. This one is at lethal
Already?
range. It's close.
Jeez Louise.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Okay, this time I will beseech the Mistress of Mysteries. Whispering. Please, dearest, we need a moment of ferocity to be able to quell these fools, that they might not perish under our entrance. And I will use my channel divinity to get knowledge of the ages, and I now have intimidation proficiency for 10 minutes.
That's so cool. You have an inspiration. I love this.
And at that point, I will. You said this one is looking very close. I don't want to risk, like, actually killing is the problem. I will. God, very close. What does that even mean? I don't even know if Whales of the Grave can. I'll take a slash at this guy.
Okay.
He is not within my range, so it's risky.
I get it.
But I'll try it. So here is the Iron Blade Slice with a bonus action. 21.
Hits.
For 3.
Nice damage. No, this one is at lethal range.
I will not use Whales of the Grave, because I do not want to kill these people.
Okay. Those two seem to be incredibly low.
That's my turn, I'll say.
You will perish under the might of Shatner Kyle, unless you allow me entry.
You will notice that little giants are exchanging some looks like they are rethinking of the situation. Right here, as I'm going straight to Juniper here, unless Brennan, you want to add something? Oh. I'll take that as a no. Juniper, go.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, I'm thinking.
Both are really low. This one is especially damaged, but both are really low.
Oh, sheesh. really just whack it with the flame blade? Trying to
Yeah.
think of like what it, yeah.
Of course. Yeah, you can do that. And give me the damage, 5d6. Ah, that's a low
In
roll.
heavens. It was all because I took too long to think of what I was gonna do.
Throw one more d6 in there.
Seriously?
Oh, please, one more
No.
d6, to be
It's
fair.
missing one?
If you roll a 6, and only a 6.
Damn it.
Plus.
Well, Sam's very happy about
It's
that.
also plus
This
5.
one has
isn't
either
it?
one health or not. Hmm?
It's also plus 5, isn't it?
It is in the D&D 1 version that I overlooked by mistake.
Okay.
But then so yeah, it's only 15. So this one is almost down. Almost right there. It's taking too much damage shaking. But the hill giants seem to be taking one more turn. To be fair, it is very much possible that he falls down by your reaction. We'll see. On the beginning of its turn. So we are gonna have one more rock throwing round, so that's that. For 36, pow!
Jesus
To be fair, previous turn you got 46 damage. Did you count that? Because I see that you have not subtracted
I
from the symbiotic
thought I
entity.
did. Well, I'm taking it from my temp, or I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's another 36 now. Rocks
Doing
hurt.
it now. Okay.
Okay? And we have this
Updating.
one that is going to, you know what, he's really low. He's going to start backing up as one of the zombies is going to attack him. And the zombie has bless, but it's not enough. This one is going to go over here. I want to leave, I want to leave, I want to leave. Sutner Kyle will move right here and will go for a punch if he makes this one is down. Since Juniper is commanding, I'm going to go for non-lethal. The punch, but it's going to miss as it's going that way. Log Belgas Nina pass up, and this one is going to react to your Halo of Spores. Or will you not do it?
Oh no, I am. I'm sorry. I did not. I'm slow today. Sorry.
Jeez.
And this one is going to go down. As the spores start wrapping around and the fungal decay just overwhelms the body of the hill giants, they will start yelling, this death giant is freakishly scary! As some will give an intimidation. I will give them disadvantage this time because they are starting to get outnumbered.
I'll whisper to Juniper, raise the arms up, raise the arms up, raise the arms up. Come on.
She tugs at the muscle fiber.
Who here will challenge Shatner Kyle longer?
And I will attempt it. So here's my intimidation. Normal. 16. I'm going to add a d6.
And it's going to be as the other one will lay the rocks on the ground, the other one will stumble across the log and fall. Oh, okay. We are going to allow you, Sutner Kyle, to pass. We cannot deal with you, obviously. We surrender.
A wise choice. For your learning and, for this experience, I will reward you.
And I'll
Point to that one on the ground over there.
And she drops and tries to fit, like you see the fingers kind of like fiddled with, like rolling to figure out which is which to point down.
This one will live under my gift.
As the hill giants just open their mouth wide and on. And with initiatives off, and us having managed to surpass this with the power of the Sutner Kyle, of course, this is where we're gonna put a pause on today's session till next week.
Man, fucking fantastic
That's
plan.
fucking crazy.
That was amazing.
I love that.
I can't believe that worked.
I'm dead scary.
I'm
It was-
sorry for. I'm
man.
sorry to everyone